Searching the Northwest to bring you the biggest variety in sports. Northwest Television Sports brings you the rejoicing of victory, the frustration of defeat, the drama of competition. This is Northwest Sports.
Northwest Television Sports is proud to bring you Western Oregon University coming up next.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MacArthur Field on October 20th, 2018. It is the final regular season home game here for the Western Oregon Wolves. It's senior day, it's homecoming day. Oh, and by the way, Humboldt State and the Lumberjacks coming from California to do conference action today, coming up in just a few minutes here on KWVT Channel 17. It's going to be exciting. It's a 1-5 club, and the Lumberjacks coming from California. Western Oregon went down there earlier this season, putting up 38 quick points in that game and cruising to victory, 38-13. Today will be a significant day for seniors on this team at Western Oregon, Bo Heiberger and Adrian Saldana, just to mention a few, who are playing their last game in front of the home crowd. We've got more action coming up, but we're going to send you up to the booth and to my partner, Michael Brown, for Brownie Points.
Thanks a lot, Matty. In today's Brownie Points, it's very simple. A team that Western Oregon already beat once this year, Humboldt State, beat them in Arcata. They only scored with a special play and during some fourth quarter play with some backup players. So if Western Oregon comes out and just plays their game, enjoy this senior day, enjoy this homecoming, it should be an easy victory for Western Oregon. The important part is to beat them while they're down. At the beginning of this game, if Western Oregon can get up, they need to keep them down. We'll be back in just a few moments for kickoff. Maddie and I will be bringing the game to you. Hope everybody has a good day here at MacArthur Field.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to MacArthur Field. Michael Brown, Matt Palumbo, just coming up from being out on the Chamber of Commerce, perfect day, for football.
It's a great day. And,
you can't even believe it's October 20th, and, the regular season, home, finale is today. And there's just a big pile of energy in you can just feel it. Senior day. You've got a team that you're playing for the last time in the history, which is just strange. Humboldt State's not going to have a football team after this season. And there's so much more to play for, but this last time we get to commemorate seniors on senior day. Bo Heiberger, Adrian Saldana, a couple other players we'll mention throughout the game, but just a great day for football. Mike, kind of get me up to date on some of those brownie points and things you're thinking about for today.
Well, in the last game, they controlled the game the whole time. The important thing for Western Oregon, like I was saying, is just control it. No mistakes, no turnovers, no penalties, no fumbles, the things that have hurt them as the season's gone along. With Humboldt State, the team that isn't a lot of transition, obviously, with this being their last season, it's a good time to take advantage of them, knock them down, and get a good win for all these fans out here for homecoming today.
If you are just joining us and we're coming across from the ACC action to give you great Northwest Athletic Conference action, as far as I could tell from the truck, it was a tie ball game there in the ACC. But we are set for action here in Monmouth, Oregon on a picture-perfect day for football. A sun-drenched field and a team now riding a huge momentum wave, winning 3 of their last 4 games and now a last time to play in front of their home crowd here in Monmouth. Woo! I'm excited, Michael.
Yeah. Excited, and you're all amped up after running up here from the field real quick.
Mike, and I definitely want to pay special thanks very early on to all the people that put on the tailgate for the crew here at KWVT and all the people that participate and lend their helping hand. We greatly appreciate all of it. And the kick is away, and Western Oregon will get the initial possession of this game as Curtis Anderson lets it go through the end zone. And Western Oregon will take possession for the first time today at the 25-yard line. And their offense, the pilot of that offense, Ty Curry, number 14.
Ty Curry, who's had a really good season this year, great season to build on. You know he can run. You know he can pass. He's found some receivers to connect with, Bradley, Sweet, the rest of the crew, just to see if they can continue it on for this last home game and then the final 2 games on the road this season.
Ty Curry sporting a wonderful 54% completion percentage on the season. That is up from early on in the season, and now owner of almost 14 yards of offense. He'll go to the air, and immediately the pass goes to Mack over the middle for an early reception, moving the chains positively.
And you like that, just working the way up the field, dink and dunk passes. But as they're trying to figure out the game today, this should work.
38-0, as I recall, about a month ago down in Arcata, Michael.
38-14.
Well, 14, but I think
they were up 38-0, and then yes, Humboldt scored in the fourth quarter. Young Tingstead at quarterback for Humboldt State at that point.
Well, apparently something in the film indicates that Mack was going to be open most of the game, because on the first two plays, it's Chris Mack, wide receiver number 8, with the receptions.
And just going over the middle again, finding a spot in that zone. Ty Curry found him, setting up a 3rd and short, manageable 3rd down for Western Oregon here early in the game.
3rd and 3. Ty Curry will have 4 wide receivers at his disposal. Curry now going to hunker down. He'll run himself, and a lot of room to run, looking for a block. And it's Chris Mack with the block. 2 receptions and a block now from Mack. And Curry picks up big yardage, getting the ball near midfield.
And as he steps back, he sees no open receiver right off the bat, knows he can tuck it, run for that 1st down, hoping to get a block to take it 20 or 30 or 40 yards. But we'll settle with about 15 there and a 1st down for Western Oregon, almost to midfield.
3 positive plays to open up this final home game of the season. Curry faking the handoff, now with time to throw, showing some poise, and he throws it underneath. And he was looking in the direction of Willingham, the tight end, but almost intercepted, Michael Brown.
Yeah, and as he thinks he sees somebody open, had that decision he had to make for a second there. Should I run the ball, or should I see if I can see somebody open at the last second? Unfortunately, there was nobody there. Knocked away by Humboldt State, setting up a 2nd down for Western Oregon.
Curry, first incomplete pass on the afternoon, now 2 of 3 on this initial drive in the shotgun. Gets it quick out. Taiwan Prince. Prince has shown at times this season, Michael, that he can actually be a big play target. Has caught a pass for over 70 yards for a touchdown from Curry earlier this season.
Yeah, you see that quick pass out there, and it's just going to let Prince, use his speed, use his size, make his way down the field. A great 1st down play there. 2nd down play, setting up a 3rd and short.
8 yards on that previous play on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Western Oregon. Now operating in Lumberjack territory. A good opening stanza here for the Wolves offense. Curry looking to his right, will go over the top. Man wide open, little underthrown at the 20, going all the way to the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown, Wolves! A 45-yard touchdown strike. Ty Curry all the way over.
Great job by Ty Curry. Plenty of time. And sees his man wide open, running down the field.
Thomas Wright.
We've been waiting for him all season. The speed, the size, gets down the field, touchdown. Great job, Western Oregon, starting this homecoming senior day for all these fans here in Monmouth today.
Ty Curry on this drive of the 4 previous games I've been with you at, Michael, actually went through his progressions and found the most open and appropriate receiver. Right for all of those right moves. A 45-yard touchdown strike from Ty Curry, and the Wolves go on the board behind Saldana's extra point, 7-0 early. A great start here on a most beautiful day to play football here on KWVT. If you're just joining us, it's been a great season. We've had 4 previous games, but here we are today with Humboldt State on the road. There's a penalty flag now on that play, but so many different storylines.
The kick is good. After the play, personal foul, defense, that 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Not that Saldana needs much more room, Michael, to kick this out of the end zone, but they're going to put him at midfield. I think for the kick's going to be okay for him.
And, yeah, this will probably be a touchback for him pretty easy. He's Mr. Touchback anyway. Waiting to see what happens. He got 2 more games this season. But Saldana's got a 50, 60-yard leg. We'll see if he gets any kind of looks in this next level.
That's nuts, 55 yards. Jason Slowey tweeting online after that kick down in Texas a couple of weeks ago. He said good from 60, easy.
Oh, easy. Yeah, Saldana's had a really solid season this year. After the early parts of the season where they're having some snap troubles and some inconsistencies on special teams, the special teams have turned it around quite a bit as the season's gone along.
Saldana will be kicking from midfield. Senior day for number 37 as he kicks it away. Puts a little air underneath it, but chip shot for Saldana, and it'll be a touchback for the Lumberjacks as they'll get their first chance to see if they can even the score here in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. I've been trying to wonder who's going to start this game. I know that Andrew Tingstead, Caleb's brother, is down at Humboldt. Wondered if they put him on the road maybe to come out and see if he'd start the game. But it looks like it's going to be Joey Sweeney. Joe Sweeney, number 15, should be out there.
Both who've had plenty of action as the season's gone along.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. The Lumberjacks playing their final game here at MacArthur Field this afternoon. Going straight to the air, and Sweeney will hit a target for a 5-yard gain. It's number 35 with the reception, and that is Ryan McCombs, his tight end.
Yeah, just finding his tight end in the flat. Take that quick, easy yardage, setting up a 2nd and short. Humboldt wants to come out and get something going real early, too, to show they're a little bit more competitive than the first game that they played this season.
Out of the shotgun, Sweeney hands it off. Good blocking up front from the Lumberjacks. And it'll be Heiberger coming in for the tackle, just short of first down yardage.
Offensive player number 33 must leave for 1 down due to loss of helmet.
I think that's defensive player, Tyler Wharf. And I believe he was also in on the tackle, was able to get a hand up in there and trip up the running back as they were making it through the line. Heiberger finishing it off like he always does.
Defense missing. Defensive back Dominic Aquina today could have been in a situation where you might have brought him on a corner here, but not in the game today due to injury. 3rd and 1 early here in the first quarter. And Sweeney will go forward, and Sweeney is going to probably get it by the skin of his chinny chin.
Yeah, very close on that call, that spot, but it looks like a pretty decent spot from the stripes down there.
So between you and me, I mean, Heiberger is absolutely impossible to replace. It's kind of going to be a 2-horse race between Proctor and Wharf, right?
Yeah, and the cool thing this season is that whole group of linebackers has been doing great. They've all had games where they led the team in tackles. They've all made great plays on defense. So we have some very good depth coming back next year.
Wolves are trying to show some pressure, and a good wide receiver screen set up. And a nice play call from the Lumberjack offensive coaches right there. And I'll tell you something, going to be tough today. No Hammond in the lineup as well for Western Oregon on the defensive side. Court Hammond, a couple of sacks here about 3 weeks ago, was really wreaking havoc, but will not be available today.
Yeah, they just ran that quick pass. He's able to get out there and get a first down. Want to see what can happen with some changes in the defense. Joey Roos, also the usual starting safety, is going to be out today as well.
Bunch formation on the bottom of your screen. It'll be 3 wide receivers for Sweeney, operating on his own 46-yard line. He'll go to the air, and it's an easy reception, kind of a pitch and catch start for the Lumberjack offense, but very effective in moving the ball out to midfield. The reception will be Gary O'Leary.
Yeah, and Gary O'Leary runs to the flat again. They're just taking these dink and dunk passes as well. But there was some laundry on the field, so we'll see what this penalty is.
Offense number 51, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Nathan Trent going to be whistled for the holding penalty, and that will halt this drive momentarily for the Lumberjacks.
That unfortunate beginning to a game when the offensive linemen are called out for penalties instead of pancakes. Something they'll want to change as the game goes along as well. You see Heiberger out there as usual trying to make a play on that last one. Last time watching him enjoy 44 today here at MacArthur Field.
Don't get to see many like him. I'm sure Michael will reference throughout the day, holding several Western Oregon and conference and NCAA records, does Heiberger. Jumping the pattern there was a defensive back for Western Oregon on the far side as that play was telegraphed by Joey Sweeney.
And a great job, just a quick out, but the Sinclair able to read it perfectly and get his hand in there and knock it away, hoping to maybe get a pick, but he'll take the incomplete pass and set up here a very long 2nd down, 2nd and 20.
Back on their own 36-yard line, the Lumberjacks will go to work. Joseph Sweeney on the season, 42 of 77, completing 55% of his passes for 450 yards on the season and 3 scores. A little counter play there, but the defensive line reads it well. Nothing happening there for Humboldt State on second down.
Yeah, just a quick run right up the middle. Hoping to set up a better third down situation here, but the stout as always Western Oregon defense up the middle, able to gang tackle. Set up a third and a very long 15 yards for Humboldt State.
Could be really interesting here now. What kind of defense do you play here? Do you sit back, give it to them underneath and make sure they don't pick up a big chunk of yardage? Or do you see if you can put some pressure on with your front three? Looks like they're going to sit back in a little bit of a zone and a screen set up. But well read and well tackled by Western Oregon. It should bring up fourth down, and it should be our first punt of the afternoon. And it'll come via the Humboldt State Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Sweeney with that quick look out and then turns around, finds his receiver. Unfortunately for the receiver, there wasn't enough blockers down the field. It was read well by Western Oregon. And now we got the punt return action. See if the special teams for Western Oregon get something started here on this.
Jose Morales will be kicking the ball away to Ryan Reynolds, sporting the pink shoes, or I would say pink tape. It is October after all. Here we go, wind over in kick. Reynolds gonna go try to field it in center field, turns it upfield, makes one man miss, gets hit, and he is thrown to the ground. Just like the pinball that he is at the 26-yard line. Western Oregon will go back to work, leading by a touchdown.
And as he's trying to make some moves there, Alonzo Davis for Humboldt, reading the play well, following it up, and making a tackle down the field. Western Oregon's offense comes out, hoping to replicate what they did on that first drive and get some points.
Absolutely. The dreadlocks and long hair of number 7, Nico Action Jackson, now in the backfield with Ty Curry. Curry taking it over the top on that initial drive for the 45-yard touchdown. Jackson will get it. Jackson keeps his feet moving, but the Lumberjacks defensive line bends but will not break.
He was trying. He's a tough guy. He's a big running back, able to put his shoulders down and run over some people every once in a while. Trying to find a hole on that play, unfortunately wasn't able to. Second and about 7.
Second
for
and
Western here.
Second and about 7. Trying to operate on those smaller fields on third down. Look for Curry, maybe even, to call his own number on a quarterback draw. Tingstead now showing in motion. A little bit of wrinkle to the offense. They'll go underneath. A little bit of a pick play there, or kind of a screen maybe to get it to Reynolds to give him a chance in space, but the little speedster knocked to the ground quickly.
Yeah, sending Tingstead to the flat, hoping one of those DBs will run over there with him. Unfortunately, didn't pull enough off, and Reynolds wasn't able to take off like he likes to, setting up a third and about 2 for Western Oregon.
I will not be calling any of the 12 awesome receivers at Western Oregon little anymore today. Curry underneath. They're going to say incomplete pass. Reynolds claiming he got his
Really on
mitts
the field
underneath.
is an incomplete pass. Third down.
Tawan Sweet.
You think
Correction, fourth down.
you'd hope Reynolds might have been able to sell that one a little bit more on the ground, because it looked like the refs thought maybe he did catch it, but when he came up, the ball was touching the ground, and they called it an incomplete pass there.
I think it was Ennis Carter. Couldn't tell coming off the bottom. I was taking a look at it. You've got those binoculars. I probably need to invest in a pair myself.
I'll throw them in the middle. We can both use them.
Probably not a bad idea. Andrew Gross will be back to punt. Big lefty kick. Good pressure coming. It's going to be a fair catch from Humboldt State. Jawan Murphy coming underneath it at his 30-yard line, and the Jacks are coming back out. Lumberjacks, Jacks. I guess I just kind of shortened it. Lumberjacks. Sad to see, but Humboldt State in a few weeks will no longer have a football program. Many of the players here at Western Oregon and many of the former players at Western Oregon claim it is the single best road trip of the entire season. They loved the environment, and they're going to miss going down there to play in Arcata in front of those fans.
And you hope that sometime down the road the program can come back. It has happened in bigger programs that have folded for a while. Maybe it can happen in Humboldt as well.
Sweeney has time, and I will tell you, I think Worf, or was it Proctor? Could not tell. Or I got none of them right. Definitely need to do it.
Just knocked the ball down right there in the middle. Thought he that decision you got to make. Am I going to take it to the house or wrap up the ball? And unfortunately, right in between there, dropped the ball, setting up a 2nd and 10.
You're saying he got very big eyes.
Big eyes.
So he said, I'm going to the end zone. No, first you have to catch the ball.
Catch the ball first.
Some defensive switches here now from Western. And again, sort of a designed draw play going up the middle. It is positive yardage, but it'll be 3rd and manageable for this Lumberjack offense, trailing 7-0. Just halfway through the first quarter here on KWVT. Proud to bring you Great Northwest Athletic Conference action here today.
And with Humboldt having some success on these short passes, look for another just quick pass and see if the defense can knock it down real quick here on this 3rd down.
Pressure being shown from that down lineman. Very well-designed play. They know where they want to go with that. Colby Stevens with the easy reception coming from Sweeney. They'll pick up the necessary yardage to maintain this drive. A fresh set of downs for the Lumberjack offense.
And they just run that, again, that quick pass. That quick pass is what they have right now with the defenders playing off just a little bit. About 5 yards down the field and a quick out, and the ball was right on him at that time, getting him 1st down for Humboldt State.
Joey Sweeney now at his 42-yard line. 3 receivers out to his left. He's going to keep it himself. Puts his head down, and I'll tell you, for a quarterback, that's a dangerous thing to do.
And unfortunately, there was an injury for Western Oregon on that tackle. Can't quite see who it is yet.
I think, honestly, Sweeney did the damage.
Brian Scarback. Brian Scarback, the senior. His final game at MacArthur Field, going in for the tackle there, but did come up a little bit injured, and we'll see what that is, hopefully, as the game goes along.
Isaiah Molden checking in, also a senior today, Michael?
Yes, he is. And I'm curious, just because I'm a Twitter fiend and I'm on there a lot, I saw him tweeting Alex Molden and a couple other Moldens. I'm curious if he's part of the Molden, that great Northwest college football family of the Moldens.
I think inquiring minds want to know. Professor Google will be consulted at some point.
I'll know by next game, I promise, listeners and viewers.
That's 9 months from now, Michael, but thank you very much. Please stay tuned. We have lots of action left to go today. It's 2nd down and 4 on the 48-yard line. Sweeney's back to pass and looking to go for a little bit more, and does have a man over the top and just outside the outstretched arms. That was going to be Kaleo Garrigan, and Kaleo Garrigan was going to be able to run from here possibly to the Californian border.
Yeah, Garrigan man-to-man against Cantola, Jacob Cantola for Western Oregon, and had him beat. But unfortunately, the pass for Humboldt State just overthrown. And now we're going to have 3rd and about 5 yards.
Interesting situation here at midfield, because how much pressure do you want to put in? Because Sweeney has kind of shown he can get the quick out, and if you happen to go on the hitch and miss, now we know he can take a little bit more out of this offense and go deep. Sweeney's going to go to the pitch to the right, and he does get a good pitch, but not able to get any north-south running at all. Tyree Marzetta, the running back, shut down.
And they run a little counter action, but it happens to be an option to the other side, but didn't fool the Western Oregon defense and swarmed together, stopping them for just a very short gain. And we're going to have 4th down here. Be careful of, obviously, trick plays, anything like that, as this punt team is out here with just 1 yard to go at center field for Humboldt State.
Play clock already down to 10. Morales has already kicked 1 away to Reynolds. It's a good snap. Morales' kick is a high hanging kick, and Reynolds at his own 11 will take the fair catch. And it'll be tough field position starting here for Western Oregon, coming back on the field, leading 7-0 behind a 45-yard touchdown strike. In our ACC game, it's still tied at 34. Syracuse and North Carolina, 34 apiece. Wow. Very high hopes for the rest of the season, Michael. They've been talking about, on the coaching staff, feeling confident about getting a victory today. Obviously a long way to go, but they see 2 to 3 more victories the rest of this season. They see a winning campaign, 6-5, possibly 7-4 if things go their way.
Looking, you hope you don't look past this game for that Azusa Pacific game, the biggest competition they have for the rest of the season.
Curry now going deep again, going over the middle. He gets the ball up in the air, and it is caught at the 50-yard line. It's going to be a 38-yard reception to Chris Mack, and Chris Mack is just the man right now. 3 receptions here in the first quarter.
Ty Curry, plenty of time, man-to-man on the outside, throws it up. Mack able to get the inside position and get that ball, snag it out of the air for a big play on first down.
Strangely enough, Omari Land is in the game. He'll get the first carry of the game, and he's taken down immediately by Moses Finau.
Moses Finau just got some serious penetration up the middle, and Omari, now he's awake. Rude awakening in this game, and his first play of the game, a 4-yard loss for him. 2nd and 14 for Western Oregon. 2nd and 13.
Land may be a possible target out of the end zone, but Ty Curry and the chemistry between him and Chris Mack right now at the next level. Curry now rolling to his right, taking his time. He turns it upfield, makes one man miss. He gets down maybe 3 or 4 yards back. Won't be quite back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be the first 3rd and long for the Western Oregon offense this afternoon.
Yeah, unfortunately on that play, he had plenty of time. He did get rushed a little bit out of the pocket, but still looking downfield. No one came open. And great tackling by Humboldt State on that play, swarming him right before he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd and 11. Western Oregon on their own 47-yard line. Nearing the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. Ty Curry has shown today that he's not having any problem getting the ball to some of his key targets in Chris Mack. 3 times already, and already to Thomas Wright for the touchdown. Curry going to be up in the pocket again, squares his shoulders. Prince was going to catch that ball, but Prince had decided to run before he caught the ball.
Yeah, and the ball a little bit behind him while he's trying to do that as well. You see Ty Curry with plenty of time. Again, great job by the offensive line giving him time. Sees his wide receiver pop open, but not able to grab it. 4th down, little choppy play for Western early today. Other than that first touchdown, that was a great touchdown for Bradley. Now you need to see if they can get back to that groove they found early in the game.
2nd punt this afternoon for Gross. Gross will get it away. It'll be another fair catch for the Lumberjacks, and they'll take possession at the 20-yard line.
So with the seniors today, obviously we have Bo Heiberger. Everybody's excited about here. A legend in this part of Oregon for sure. And then Western's going to lose some special teams help with Saldano for sure. I did have some bad information this week that Nate Osborne was another senior, but he's not. So luckily the punting game will still be strong next year. Here it is, first down for Humboldt State.
Sweeney will send his back in motion, look the other way, threw it underneath, and I mean underneath everyone.
Yeah, looks like Worf read that perfectly, was sitting out there, Weber was out there perfectly, read that one, sitting where the screen was supposed to go. They've already tried to run that play once before with some success. Western's made some adjustments. 2nd and a long 10.
Ball on the 19-yard line here. Humboldt State kind of off to a slow start offensively, has seen some success in the short passing. Pressure now being shown by the defensive line. Sweeney steps up and absolutely throws a bullet.
A great job by Sweeney on that play with plenty of time, waiting for his receiver to get down the field. Found a hole in that zone, running across the middle, able to make the catch. With a Western defender right on him.
Alex Larson with a 21-yard reception.
Great job by Larson on that play. Ball right over Heiberger. Thought he could have got a fingertip on it, maybe deflected the ball. Didn't happen, unfortunately. So first down for Humboldt State here at the 40-yard line.
It'll be a man in motion, the tight end for the Lumberjacks. They'll pitch the ball away again from Sweeney, but a penalty flag came out early, right around the line of scrimmage, Michael. Probably procedure.
Yeah, whole procedure, not on the defensive line. We'll see here very shortly.
offside. Defense number 65, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Or I could be wrong.
I didn't see it. I was just guessing based on where the flag came from.
Yeah, I get to say there were some assumptions made there. I mean, that happens.
Well, there was some motion. Sometimes, the refs decide to call the penalties whenever they want to. It's not real. It's not objective ever. So,
for all you joining us after the thrilling ACC match between North Carolina and Syracuse, we welcome you to Monmouth, Oregon. Michael Brown. On my left, I'm on your right, Matt Palumbo here with KWVT. And a quick start for Western Oregon on their first possession. Ty Curry throwing a big strike touchdown, 45 yards, going to number 11. And we've been waiting all season. He's been kind of dealing with injuries, but Thomas Wright finally getting a big play. First time I've seen that since week 1. Good to see number 11 out there doing good work. 2nd and 1 on the 49-yard line as we creep towards 1 minute in what has been a very fast first quarter.
Syracuse with the win with Eric Dungia at quarterback, former quarterback from the state of Oregon. In case anybody watching it didn't know that.
Looks like they got the necessary yardage that will pick up the first down, and I'm a little bit behind the times, but it looks like we finally now have the text that told us that, yes, Syracuse did win that game, 40-37. It's real now.
Welcome, everybody.
Western Oregon having a senior day, a homecoming day, and their last home game of the regular season. That's quite the trio, quite the triumvirate of things to go on today. Lots of emotions here today, but this is a team in progress, sporting as many as half of its lineup at time, either being freshmen or sophomores on both sides of the football, leading 7-0. Sweeney really not letting that play develop because the pressure from the interior linemen was good.
Yeah, he's you let the guys through on a screen. You want the defenders to run up the field, but not that fast. You have to give them a little bit of pause, and they ran right through there. He got rid of the ball smartly, setting up a 2nd down and 10 for Humboldt State here.
15 seconds remaining, ball exactly on the 50-yard line. Lumberjacks looking to see if they can even the score before the end of the quarter, but it'll be a handoff. And Western Oregon, donned in all of its gray and scarlet red uniforms, envelop the running back. That will take us to the end of the first quarter. And it's the Wolves leading 7-0. We will be back for the beginning of the second quarter and more action here live on KWVT, Channel 17. 7-0, Western Oregon leading here on a beautiful afternoon in Monmouth, Oregon. It's a big touchdown early in the first quarter that gives us our 7-0 score. As Sweeney goes to work on 3rd and 11, and the Lumberjacks needing to pick up some big yards here, but disciplined defense being played by the defensive backfield of Western Oregon, and it should bring out the punting team a 3rd time this afternoon already for the Lumberjacks.
Consistent defense from Western Oregon outside of one big play where they had some time. Humboldt State's no consistency on offense so far today.
Taking a look at who's going to come out on the field here in special teams. Some interesting players out there, Michael. I'm just always interested in why things are the way that they are, but I see Anthony Bradley and I see Thomas Wright, 2 wide receivers out there. Reynolds will be parked back at his 10-yard line. And it looks like it's a fake, and it looks like they are going to – ball is loose. It was an attempted fake, but it'll be a turnover on downs. And Western Oregon finally kind of getting the benefit of some special teams play blunder from the other team.
Yeah, and the punter, I don't know that it was a fake as much as the ball was just snapped low, and the punter thought he can run to the outside, use his speed, and try to get to the outside and kick it, Australian style. But he had some pressure from behind, and the ball gets knocked out. Western Oregon recovers it, and a great job by that Western Oregon special teams.
Highly efficient first quarter for Ty Curry, 6 of 9, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Now going back to action for the first time here in the second quarter. He'll fake the handoff. He's got trouble looking to not get sacked. He's going to throw the ball away. They're going to say that he was not throwing the ball. Ball is still loose, and the Lumberjacks are going to get this football back as Ty Curry exceptionally careless with the football.
Yeah, and he has the play fake there, but right away you see a handful of Humboldt State defenders trying to tackle him, knock the ball away. And there were so many of them back there, they were able to jump on the ball, cause a turnover, set up great field position for Humboldt State on that. Yeah, that's one of those Ty Curry in between, doesn't know if he wants to pass or to run the ball. And when that many defenders are around him, unfortunately for him, it was a turnover on that play.
Curry obviously was looking to do something good downfield. He's averaging nearly 17 yards per reception this afternoon by his receivers. Joey Sweeney now operating with great field position and a chance maybe to bring his team back in this game. That little play early on in the game, running it a second time here, Ryan McCombs with his second reception at tight end.
Yeah, just that little play action and a dump off to the tight end. Smart play, quick play. If it's not there, he's going to have to run it, and if he's not going to run it, he's going to throw it to that tight end.
That's 4 yards on first down for the Lumberjack offense in Western Oregon for the first time this afternoon via the Ty Curry fumble. Looked like early motion on the line, but they don't catch it. Sweeney's got plenty of time, looking left, now gonna go right, gonna run over the top, and a nice little pass. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. 24-yard touchdown to Isaiah Hall, and he takes it in easy. Was it Hall, or was it Marzetta? 23, Michael?
I apologize, I wasn't looking right there. I'm just checking out the replay right there. As he creeps up, it looks like he's gonna run. The defender steps up to try to stop his run. He loses his man gets open, runs down the field for a touchdown. Tying the game very shortly with an extra point here for Humboldt State.
Tyree Marzetta coming out of the backfield and making it look easy. 24-yard touchdown. And if this extra point is up and good for Morales, we'll have a tie football game at 7 apiece. And we do. Now that's how you take advantage of a turnover.
And that's
We're going to head to break. We'll be right back for more of the game here on KWVT, Channel 17. Oh, we'll talk the crazy plus-minus thing. I guess Ty Curry then would be what? At 0 on the plus-minus scale. He's responsible for the touchdown for Western Oregon offensively, and then in some ways has to take probably ownership for that touchdown.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing, it should have just been a sack. He had pressure on him. He should have held the ball strong and just went down and got another play. But, you know, Humboldt State's still playing. That was the one thing we were saying at the beginning of the game. You don't want to let Humboldt State stay in this game early. You want to knock him down. They've lost all but one game this season. You want to treat them like they're losers, unfortunately, on that end of it. And you're letting them win right now, you know, at least tie the game. It keeps them in the game. It keeps them going strong.
Anthony Bradley with the pink sleeves, and Curtis Anderson are back. Anderson will get it about a yard deep into his own end zone. He'll bring it out, looking for blockers, cutting it up the middle, keeps going, gets it out to about the 25 or the 26-yard line.
And now you want to see if Western can come out and have a consistent drive. They scored on a 50-yard play earlier in the game, approximately 50-yard play. Nothing consistent, nothing 5 yards, 10 yards a pop down the field till you get a touchdown. Let's see if they can do that. Just keep the defense out here for Humboldt State.
23-yard line.
This coming from a fan of the Rams forever, and Ground Chuck was always one of my favorites. So
there you go. Nico Jackson into the game again. He'll take the handoff, run off the right side. Everything clogged up, and great penetration coming from the Lumberjack defensive lineman.
Nico trying to find some room, nothing there. Hoping you can use his power to find a hole, run through there. Great job by Humboldt State on that first down play, holding Western Oregon to just 2 yards.
Nico Jackson just short of about 300 total yards on the ground this season. His long run of the year, 27 yards, averages nearly 5 yards per touch, still in the backfield. They'll give it back to him on a quick play off the left-hand side. And again, trying to look for something, a crease that'll let Jackson loose to see that speed.
Yeah, it's too bad on that play as they're running the stretch play to the left. You had some blitzing from the right. If they could have hit the hole right, could have been a big play. But it does set up a third and manageable, about 5 yards for Western Oregon here.
Ty Curry has got a bevy, a plethora, or you name it, of receivers he's thrown to this season. Double digits, sophomore and freshman out there. Curry's got room to run. Makes his man miss, changes hands again, and Curry will take it out to the 45-yard line. Late flag on the far side of the field after Curry picks up 17 yards.
Ty Curry just sitting in the pocket right away. He knows he has to run and try to outrun the defenders coming up. Makes a nice move. A nice move right there, a nice juke to get another 6 or 7 yards. But now we'll have to see what this flag is out here on the field. Looks like it's going to be on Humboldt State.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 9. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Aaron Nash is going to be whistled for unsportsmanlike conduct of some sort.
I saw where the flag was, and I saw him upset, but unfortunately I did not see what the play was. It was way on the other side of the field from where Ty Curry was getting the first down.
Well, the penalty will place the Wolves right back in Lumberjack territory after giving up the game-tying touchdown. Western Oregon knocking on the door again and seeing if they can get back in control of momentum of this game. New little set here, Michael. Haven't seen it too many times, but Evander Willingham is actually in the backfield, flanking Ty Curry. And here you go. You're seeing something, maybe he just hasn't been healthy, but Anthony Bradley is a big target.
And it's a great thing, man-to-man on the outside. Just throw it to him, let him snag it out of the air, try to make a move. Does break a tackle. The defender able to hurry up there and get the tackle about 5 more yards down the field. But another first down for Western Oregon on a good drive after the turnover on that previous drive.
Curry seems to kind of have his sights set on Wright and Mack this afternoon. Jackson gets it, cuts it up the middle, goes out to the outside, keeps going forward, runs the ball down to the 15-yard line, and a 15-yard pickup for Nico Jackson.
And we're always waiting to see Nico Jackson running downhill, and he has a hole this time, able to just beast over some people. Quick back to the line.
Jackson again, they're gonna run up that right side. Lowers his helmet, kaboom! Takes it down to the 6.
Get out of his way, everybody. He's trying to let you know, get out of his way.
Devin Fortier coming in. I think that was a head rattler even for Nico. Lumberjack defense definitely looking confused and bamboozled. Fortier cuts it back against the grain, goes into the middle, and Fortier is going to get a touchdown. 8 yards the hard way. Great run.
Great job there for the senior. On senior day, able to use his same running play they're doing right up the middle, making a man miss, and a touchdown. Devin Fortier, great job by Western Oregon, the offensive line and the whole offense there.
Got to give it to Nico Jackson on those 2 previous runs. I mean, just the authority and the physicality he ran with. Fortier just decided, look, man, I'm just going to make everybody miss, and I'm going to run back there. That cutback can be devastating.
You love the thunder and lightning. Nico Jackson running people over, and Devin Fortier using his speed, getting a touchdown.
Saldana's kick is up and good, and in the blink of an eye, Western Oregon now out in front, 14-7. It was kind of like going at a really nice pace there, Michael, and then all of a sudden here in the last about 90 seconds, 14 points.
I want to say Angelo State style.
Yeah, all right.
Just something from the beginning of the season with that very fast-paced offense.
We're going to step away. We'll be right back for more second quarter action here in just a moment on KWVT, Channel 7. Well, in the last 90 seconds, 14 points have been put on the board. A Ty Curry fumble leads to the Lumberjacks getting a score, a 24-yard touchdown reception, only to be followed up by Western Oregon probably running the ball as authoritatively as they have all year long, taking advantage of their size and speed this afternoon against Humboldt State, now leading 14-7 as Saldana kicks it away, and even into the wind, it doesn't matter. It is touchback Saldana. That is all it is with him.
As usual, Mr. Touchback Saldana. Everybody's gonna miss him. Still got 2 more games this year. I gotta keep remembering that. I keep thinking since this is the last home game, there's nothing else this season. But Western Oregon does have actually 3 more games this season.
9 offensive plays combined between the two teams over the last 3 minutes. In those 9 plays, 106 yards. It's been a lot of action on this field here early on here in the second quarter in a 14-7 battle against Humboldt State and Western Oregon. A game of historic significance actually for both of these teams, as it's the last time that Western Oregon will play Humboldt State as a football team at the end of the season. The Lumberjacks will be no more. Heiberger was on the prowl, and that play set up beautifully, only to have Proctor make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, they have to probably not throw it exactly where he wants to with Heiberger coming in there. Ball goes up a little bit high, but Proctor was Johnny on the spot, able to just take that receiver down, setting up a 2nd and long.
Just got the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe even lost half of a yard on the play, how well that was read. Unfortunate, probably Heiberger didn't get his hands on that ball.
Yeah, play the tip drill then.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're showing pressure from the backside again. A little bit of room there to run this time, and the Lumberjack offense pushes forward, an easy trucking for about 12 yards, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, able just to run the ball right up the middle against that usual stout Western Oregon defense. See what they can change some things up.
Talking about there in the first quarter, down Court Hammond, a real speed player on that defensive line, but also a person that had shown a great ability to get to the quarterback.
And they're going right back to this play, very quick huddle offense on this one, so we'll see what happens.
Could get ourselves a track meet this afternoon. Lots of movement and personnel changes. Again, right back to that dink and dunk offense we've been talking about. Really like the physical play of Humboldt State's receivers. They really are out there looking out for each other as they're able to set those picks and to help get some blocks to pick up extra yards.
Well, they run the running play right, run the running play left, and then they try to do a play action on that same look. Fortunately for Western Oregon's defense, they didn't bite on it and held it to a very short gain, setting up a 3rd and about 4.5, 5 yards here for Humboldt State. That bunch formation again.
Marzetta is in the game. He has the touchdown from Sweeney. Sweeney goes out to his right, and it's anticipated. There's a lot of green in front of him. Wolves are going to the house for a touchdown. This opportunistic defense 3 weeks ago scored 30 points in a game, and now they get a pick 6, and the Wolves go on top, 20-7.
Yeah, they just run that quick pass with Sweeney, and Ryan Minetti was able to just jump out there, snag it out of the air, taking Joey Ruza's place today, able to get a touchdown for himself. Great job by Western Oregon's defense on that play.
Amazingly enough, we were here 3 weeks ago, and we witnessed something that you will probably never see again. That was 10 total takeaways by this defense, and 7 of them were interceptions. That's 8 interceptions now that I count in our last 2 games here, and that, my friends, is an impressive statistic. Saldana's kick was up, and it was going to be good, but a penalty flag.
False start. Offense number 79, 5-yard penalty. Replay to try.
Winded is the referee, it sounded like on that play.
A lot of action over this last few minutes.
Christensen Needham whistled for the infraction. Saldana's going to be back to 5 yards. We clearly know he has the range for this point after attempt.
This will be more fun for him.
Jacob Cantola will also be holding here for Adrian Saldana. Saldana gets a good kick up, and the indication is good, and the Wolves are clear, 21-7. After this game got tied, Western Oregon kind of breaks loose in a hurry behind a great drive, running the ball effectively, and then a great pick 6 coming for Western Oregon's defense.
And now for Western Oregon's defense, you want to, as you're starting to knock down Humboldt State, you want to take them all the way down and kick them while they're down and see if you can get another turnover, and if you're lucky, another touchdown. But definitely try to hold them to a 3-and-out or something, because they are getting some confidence on those run plays they've had and some pass plays they've had.
I was thinking about Ryan Minetti.
All their confidence. Yes.
I was thinking about Ryan Minetti when that play happens as a defensive back. There has to be nothing better than sitting on a route and being able to, like, yep, I'm gonna get this and I'm gone. It's gotta be the greatest feeling.
I remember the old Deion Sanders. He was always very happy and very talkative, and he did it all the time. Maybe that was why. He just had an extra amount of joy from pick sixing it all the time.
I mean, isn't it a defensive back? I mean, basically a receiver, basically in disguise. I mean, they all thought they were supposed to be receivers.
Well, they always say receivers that can't catch the ball. That was the old adage.
Saldana, surprisingly enough, kicks it into the end zone for a touchback.
You play DB when you can't play receiver. You have the speed, but you go over on the other side. But then every once in a while, they want to let everybody know, hey, I do actually have hands. I'm just really good at covering receivers.
Minetti taking advantage of the Joey Ruse injury today, and he gets the big interception return for a touchdown. 8:19 remaining here in the second quarter on arguably one of the nicest fall days I've ever seen in the history of Oregon.
Yeah, for late October for sure.
Sweeney's going to hand it off to Marzetta. Marzetta's going to go to the right side, and he has got nothing to go there, maybe a yard at best.
And he had some very quick penetration by Western Oregon. I thought I saw a hold on that offensive line, but no call. It was very obvious to the receiver who was closer on the field. But it does set up a second and about 8 yards for Humboldt State.
Marzetta, 5 carries for 28 yards. Does have a touchdown receiving this afternoon. Sweeney at 2nd and 9, and he's seeing pressure again. He tries to escape it, and he is taken down for another loss.
And with that spread look, you wonder if they were trying to run a quarterback sneak of some sort on that play, but well done by the Western Oregon defense, able to get a hand up and trip him up as he's trying to get past that line of scrimmage.
Jalen Parnell looked like it was at the shoestrings of Joey Sweeney taking him down. A loss of a yard on the play will bring it back to 3rd and 10 on the 25-yard line, where this drive has started. And maybe it will stop.
Watch this bunch on the bottom of the screen.
It's going to need safety help over the top as there's 3 players there. Sweeney's going to go over the middle, and great hand-eye coordination, looking that pass in. Got to give all the credit to Kaleo Garrigan, his 2nd reception this afternoon. But when you're taking it down the seam like that, you know you're going to take a hit. That takes some guts.
Plenty of protection. Sweeney able to get the ball down right over the middle. Knows that hit's coming, but holds on to the ball. Great job by that receiver, able holding on to that ball, get a first down for Humboldt State.
That 45-yard line, that is a 20-yard pickup. Sweeney to Garrigan. Fresh set of downs, and Humboldt State will go back to the ground and pound and see what they can get out of it, but only 2 yards.
Yeah, you got to keep the defense honest. Keep the ball on the ground every once in a while as they're trying to run these quick passes. And they do get a positive gain of about 3.5 yards on that play on first down.
Joey Sweeney on the afternoon, 11 of 17, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 big interception that Minetti just took back a few moments ago.
Let's go, D.
Just under 6 minutes remaining here on the clock in the second quarter between Humboldt State and the Western Oregon Wolves here on KWVT Channel 17. If you're just joining us, Senior Day. And on Senior Day, it's going to be the Lumberjacks lumbering down about to first down yardage. Let's see what kind of spot they get. It could be 3rd and short, but they're going to go ahead and let the chains move.
Yeah, and again, that same run action just right up the middle, trying to take advantage of that 3-4 defense and pounding it right up the middle, gets a first down. Humboldt State driving again, getting on the other side of the 50-yard line.
I stand corrected. Kaleo Garrigan now 3 receptions on the afternoon for 39 yards. Big play target for Joey Sweeney as they operate in Western Oregon territory, and a lot of pressure now being shown by this Wolves defense, but Sweeney able to evade the tacklers. He'll bring it down, and he takes a low hit, and that is a beautiful play from the defensive back position.
And I believe that was Minetti again, the player who had the interception earlier in the game, able to come up and give some support, stopping him for a very short gain, less than a yard for sure.
One of the things I think in the 5 games that we're going to be able to witness with this Western Oregon team, and will be a harbinger of things to come, is they pride themselves in having a team full of players that can play multiple positions defensively and offensively, and they like speed. They have become faster as the season has gone on, tracking plays a lot better, and that defensive unit has kind of been the anchor all season as the offense has always been kind of playing catch-up, but they are showing signs of clicking today.
Yeah, with the great linebackers, Andrew Weber, Tyler Wharf, Nate Proctor, Jalen Parnell. There's plenty of really good playmakers on defense. Just consistency against the really good teams is what they're looking for, but these games are what helps to get to that point.
3rd down and 7. Lumberjacks on the 42-yard line, trailing by a couple of scores here late in the second quarter. Sweeney's going to go on the little dump screen, and again, Heiberger might as well been in the backfield when they made the call. Heiberger totally excited about the play. Number 44, a player you will not forget in his history here at this university. Offensively a year ago, they were obviously, they had graduated Paul Revis. I think they'll think the same thing about Heiberger when he's not on the field next season when it starts.
Yeah, just everybody read that play right off the bat. They knew that it was going to be a screen look, and he was there right as the receiver caught the ball.
Hey, you don't score on this one, I'm coming in for you.
Long loss on that play, setting up a punt for Humboldt
Morales
State.
is going to kick to Reynolds, and great work with the Mike's guy. They basically, I can hear one of his teammates say, if you don't score on this one, he's going to come and replace him. As Morales' kick is practically blocked. It's a very poor kick, but gets a fortuitous bounce. Reynolds, no opportunity to return that, as Ty Curry will come back out onto the field. Leading this offense this afternoon. Seeing all sorts of different wrinkles with Nico Jackson to Devin Fortier to seeing Ty Curry call his own number. Anthony Bradley being a factor in this game. And then the big revelation is Thomas Wright is healthy and becoming a big play receiver, maybe in the make of a Tyrell Williams now playing at San Diego. And with the Chargers, I apologize, Los Angeles. They have 2 teams.
It should be San Diego, though, from a lot of people's accounts. But, yeah, Tyrell Williams had an amazing game last week.
Curry will go down. He's going to lose yardage. Curry's decision-making today, Michael, at times, I think is just borderline on just taking that 1/2 a second too long.
And it's been that way all season. If he doesn't see his original read, maybe his second read, he's going to tuck it and run. It's just in that amount of time he needs to get rid of the ball because he's going to take a sack on those type of plays.
Sorry about that, Michael. Curry 2nd and 11. They'll hand the ball right off the left-hand side. And again, both of these defensive lines very disciplined so far in this game.
With Amari Land, I believe, running right up the middle, able to get a yard, but pushed back very quickly by the Humboldt defense. Defense as a whole, there's 3 or 4 guys there hitting him right in the middle of that hole.
Neither team has called a timeout in what has turned into a very quick first half of football. As we're now under 2 minutes remaining, it'll be a 3rd and 8 on Western Oregon's own 25-yard line. Thomas Wright is at the bottom of your screen. Curry is flushed out, looking for backside pursuit, cuts it up the middle, makes another man miss, and Curry will move the chains and stop the clock without having to use a timeout.
And right after I said that last statement about him needing to get rid of the ball real quick, you see the same situation where he doesn't see his first read. This time he takes off, able to make a man miss. With his speed and quickness, he's able to make the linebackers and defensive backs
First
miss.
short time out of the half. Western Oregon.
Able to work his way up the field for a first down. Great job by Ty Curry, especially after I critiqued him on the last play.
Western Oregon in the offense is going to take a timeout. Trey Shima-Bakuro is going to be in the middle of that grouping, trying to see if they can come up with a game plan that will get them into Saldana field goal territory. As Saldana will start to prepare on the sideline, number 37. special player, too, on special teams, kicking a 55-yard field goal just a few weeks ago down in Texas in a hard-fought win, 13-7. Today and this afternoon, it is homecoming day. Great crowd and turnout here at MacArthur Field. Also here to commemorate all of the seniors playing their final game in front of their friends and family and being on campus. That one special last game you play in your career, you'll never, ever forget it. Curry right back to work. He'll have Land in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of his screen. On his own 37-yard line. They run a little counter action to Land. Land keeps his feet, spins away, and picks up about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, able to get a positive gain out there. Looked like it could have been something bigger. A great job in pursuit by the Humboldt State defense. There is a whistle on the field, but I think it was just a spot of the ball.
Clock continues to roll. Now under 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. Ty Curry, he didn't even think about throwing that football. Brings it down. It is a broken play, and it'll bring the ball basically maybe a yard forward. It'll be 3rd and 5. The clock continues to roll. Western Oregon did receive the opening kickoff, so Humboldt State will receive the second half kickoff if the score were to remain the same at 21-7.
And you think Arden Ferguson's making sure that the other team doesn't get any chance at the ball again one more time this half.
Curry now going to his right, sets his feet. Now he's going to go forward again. Curry's made a few players miss today, but he'll go down, and it doesn't look like any timeout is going to be called. And that should bring us to the end of the first half.
It looks like we did just get a timeout right here
First
at the last
timeout
second.
of the half. Humboldt State.
Michael, I'm going to let you take us home for the last 9 to 10 seconds as I'm going to head down to the field for a special interview with an alumni director. And we will have Michael take us home here that final 9 seconds. It's been an exciting first half. Mike, as soon as we get done on the field, we'll come back up. We'll break down the stats of the first half, and we'll also take a look towards what will be a very important 2 quarters for Western Oregon and Humboldt State as they will conclude their history as combatants. Mike, take us away. I'm headed down to the field.
Thank you very much, Matty. And as we wait as this timeout finishes, you look for Humboldt State to try to get a super return, the return they've been practicing the most, hoping to get a big play out of it, something to set up at least a field goal here with 9 seconds left in the half. Almost bonus football for everybody watching right now. Ball taken at the 10-yard line by Humboldt State. Dropped to the ground very quickly, which will take us to halftime. We'll be back very shortly with an interview with Matt Palumbo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MacArthur Field again. It's halftime. I'm here with Tony Crawford. He's got all the cheat sheet notes I need right here. He's the Alumni Board of Directors. Tell me all about it. I know there's a lot of things going on here, but I also want to back all the way up, and I know it's hard. I was 3 years old in 1980, but remind me, what was it like in being the class of 1980? Talk to me about your wife and all the great experiences that you've had here being a part of Western Oregon.
Well, I have to tell you, nothing could be more thrilling than being here for homecoming weekend at Western Oregon. We've had a great 2 days of activities, bringing alumni from all generations, OCE, Western Oregon State College, and of course Western Oregon University. It's just been truly exciting. I want to tell you a little bit about the Alumni Board. I could not be more proud of this organization. I always like to say this is the greatest organization on earth, the Western Oregon Alumni Association.
Talk about those activities that you do, the things that are most important that gets people to still maintain being involved. I mean, hey, I'm 20 years removed from my college years. It's got to be many programs like this at other universities, but what makes it unique here at Western Oregon?
You know, one of the things that we talk about often is that sense of loyalty and pride, you know, what it takes to be, a member of this family, of Western Oregon University family. And so, you know, one of the things that the Alumni Board has taken on as a goal is this outreach to our alumni wherever they may live. And so this past year, we engaged in a series of outreach events, presidential receptions where we introduced President Fuller to our alumni, in other parts of the state of Oregon, and then also what we refer to as these after-hours events, where they're just social gatherings where people make discoveries, in their own communities. There are other people just like them, graduates from this university.
Talk about, obviously, in the change in, say, 30-plus years, how different is Monmouth? How different is this campus? I mean, it looks to me, and I've been coming here off and on for that period of time as well, that it's gone through a great change, and it seems to really be growing kind of year by year.
One of the things that's a special link this particular weekend is we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the class of '68. So we refer to them as the Golden Wolves. And so hearing from them the changes that the university has experienced, both physically and then in terms of programs offered, it's been very exciting to just hear their stories. For myself, I graduated here with a degree in education. I went on to a teaching career, teaching middle school geography in Canby, where I live. But during that time, I also had the privilege of serving as a mentor teacher for Western Oregon University student teachers. And so to help them, hone their craft in the classroom and to go on, with successful careers in teaching as well.
It's not a tangent, but I always think it's a noble calling. I happen to have a brother who's a retired teacher. Talk to me about the programs here at Western Oregon, why they're so special and why people really do want to come here almost specifically just for that one thing. And it's not just that one thing, it's a teaching certificate.
You know what? The reputation of this university as a teacher preparation school is a reputation that's national and I dare say international. I like to tell this story. Long time ago, when I was in high school, and I'm sitting around with some of my fellow classmates as we're preparing to graduate from high school, we're talking about where we were intending to go to college. I had one friend, he's going to Northwestern, another one who was going to one of the Ivy League schools, I think it was Princeton, and another going to Stanford. But then when the conversation came around to me, they all knew I wanted to be a teacher. And so, Tony, where are you going? I'm going to Oregon College of Education, the former name of Western Oregon, right? And instead of being teased about, not going to a big famous name school, they all just nodded with their approval. Of course you are. Of course that's where you would go to school, because that's what you want to do. You want to be a teacher. And so the reputation of, Western Oregon, by whatever name, as a teacher preparation school, it's a reputation we can all be proud of.
Highlight some of the bigger programs that you are in charge of as the director, things that you're looking forward to, or maybe even look back over the last year, kind of give us that timeline.
Over the past year, we had some special opportunities. The Alumni Association really takes great pride in hosting the annual tree lighting, during the holiday season. And so last year it was the 50th anniversary. This year on November 30th, we look forward to hosting that event yet again. We invite everyone to come and join us. It's just such a special time on campus. But, in addition to that, we'll continue this tradition that we've started with these outreach events to various parts of the state. So I would tell all our alumni out there, watching and listening to the game today, watch for these events to come to a town near you. Be sure to check in with our webpage where we have these events, listed, and come join us. It's a great way to reconnect with the university and a great way to continue this tradition out in the field of showing everybody what it's like to be part of Western Oregon.
As a director, if you were talking to, and I've done this with many other of the interviews this year, and I think it's very important. I'm not giving me the elevator speech. Why is it so important, and why for people to come here? And I consider myself included in that because I've been here for the last 5 seasons doing this as a broadcaster, and you can just sense just how much people enjoy coming back here and giving back.
It's all about pride. And, the one thing that really connects all of us are the personal stories. As we listen to the alumni here, they talk about the professor or someone here on campus who made that connection for them, and how they're now ready to, help make that happen for the next generation. And so I'll give you, for instance, my grandson, my oldest grandson, he's a high school junior, and as we were out running together one day, his interest is criminal justice, and he's telling me, "Hey, Papa, guess which school has the best program for criminal justice?" And I let him tell me the answer because I already knew the answer. But he says, "It's Western Oregon." He's all excited about coming here himself and now continuing a family tradition that we started. My wife and I, when we were here, we were each first-generation college students, and that's one of those little things that we discover with many of our alumni. They're first-generation college students.
So you just led me into my final question today, and I think it's the absolute mission of President Fuller. He talks about that first-generation student, and we have quite a populace now within roughly 100 miles here that are having that opportunity. Again, just one last time, why is it so important that people check out things here at Western Oregon and the opportunities that do present themselves, not just as an alumni board director, but as a prospective student?
As a prospective student, stumbled on that one. Okay, so if I were a parent of a would-be student, I'd want to find where can I get a first-class education, but then most important, where can I get that personal, individualized treatment? And Western Oregon's the perfect place for this. Small classes where you can build relationships with those instructors and professors in your classroom, where you can ask questions and actually have them answered. And then the university itself is very caring, and it's the kind of place that any parent or grandparent, in my case, would want their children to attend because they know this is a place where they will be cared for.
Well, Tony Crawford probably took the words out of all of our mouth. A really nice chat with Tony Crawford, Alumni Board Director today, spending time with us this afternoon. We're going to get you caught up on all the first half highlights and stats and get you ready for the second half here on KWVT. Tony, thank you for a wonderful interview. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Go Wolves.
Go Wolves.
I have a few halftime stats here to go over. As you see, the Humboldt defense making some plays there. Ty Curry running down the field like he does often, making some plays, hoping he can make some plays down the field with his arm, but when the pocket collapses, he's able to take it down the field. You see that original touchdown in the first quarter to Bradley, 48 yards and a touchdown. This play, you see the screen pass down the field. It's how Humboldt State's been able to work their way down the field. Ryan Reynolds with a good play there. You see Sweeney with those quick passes all day long. Heiberger, Johnny on the spot making another play, but unfortunately they got a first down on that play. Then you see the pitch, they run to the outside. Same type of things that have been happening the whole game. You see Ty Curry going deep, deep, deep down the play. Another big play for the passing offense of Western Oregon. And you see Sweeney with that time where he just dumps it off, gets a touchdown, the lone touchdown for Humboldt State in this first half. And Ty Curry and Western Oregon's offense working its way down the field as this game goes along. You hope in the second half they'll be able to have protection for Ty Curry, give him just a little bit more time to complete some of these passes, not leaving them in third down and long situations the whole game. And then you see Devin Fortier right here, his touchdown that he had earlier in the game. Great job by him. That senior, enjoying these seniors today of Heiberger, Fortier, Saldana, Brian Sarbeck.
Mike, how is it flying solo?
It was fine. Just going over some halftime highlights.
There it is.
And then you see Ryan Minetti with his pick six. Filling in today. Always got to be ready to step up and make a play if you're a backup. And great job by Ryan Minetti on that play.
Pretty impressive first half, Michael Brown, 21-7. It was 38-13 roughly a month ago down in California. Western Oregon able to get on the board pretty early behind a long touchdown pass from Ty Curry. 45 yards to be exact. No, go ahead, Michael. You're fine.
No, I was going to say the plays have been really good in this first half. You just hope that Western Oregon can take control, really take control, which they have not been able to do at this point.
According to our halftime statistics, Ty Curry ran the ball 8 times for 50 yards. Not too bad. Net of 32. Lost a few times there. His long run today, 20 yards. Ty Curry, 7 of 10. Very, very efficient. 114 yard and 1 touchdown. Not much going on, obviously, on the special team side of things. Reynolds, Anderson, and Minetti haven't racked up too many yards, and Gross, 3 punts, taking over for Nate Osborne after the leg injury earlier in the season. 3 punts at 119 yards, averaging 39.7 yards, and got inside the 20 on 2 of those kicks. Joey Sweeney, not a bad first half, just not a great first half. 12 of 18, 107 yards, a touchdown, and an interception that led to 6 points. Sweeney sacked once. Just taking a look at everything going into the second half, Michael. Take out that it's senior day, take out that it's your final home game, and take out that it's senior day, and take out that Humboldt State's not going to play you anymore. You got 40-plus minutes. Can't even do the math. 30-plus minutes, Mike. Hopefully there's not 40 minutes. We don't want overtime. But we just look at those next 30 minutes is very important for Western Oregon. We'll get you set for the second half coming up here in just a minute on KWVT, Channel 17. Monmouth, Oregon is glowing in beautiful sunshine as we are at the middle of halftime, taking a look at some of the Lumberjacks that made the wonderful trip for the last time from California up here to Monmouth, Oregon. Western Oregon's players coming back onto the field. Really interesting, Michael, to go back, roughly 7 weeks ago to our first telecast to now being our last telecast of the season. A little melancholy about that, but to see Western Oregon's evolution as a football team, most specifically on the offensive side of the ball, is probably going to be a storyline that's going to carry on through the rest of this season and obviously be a big part of next season. A wide receiving core that basically averages, about 19 years old. And they've had an opportunity to see many of those players get significant playing time. And as the season has evolved, Ty Curry being able to get more and more of this playbook out on the field for the Wolves offense.
And you like to see it. At the beginning of the season, we weren't sure where they were going to be with the loss of Revis and the rest of the receiving core from last year. But these young players have stepped up and done very, very good job this year, along with Amari Land at running back, Nico Jackson at running back, Vander Willingham at tight end. There's a lot of players looking forward to the future that they can build off of and build on the success that they've had this year.
I think one of the neat things about a small school, and I guess you could say all of them are small schools at the Division II level, but something like Western Oregon to have 3 running backs. When we came here on week 1, Devin Fortier was the incumbent. He was the starting running back. Amari Land and Nico Jackson split most of the action really from the get-go. And to see Devin Fortier after Jackson setting up those 2 tough runs to see Fortier get that touchdown, that's the sign of being a good teammate when you're called to come in. Even if you're not the starter anymore, you get that special touchdown on your last day being a senior here at Western Oregon.
Awesome time, too, with friends and family here enjoying homecoming and senior day. You love to score, have another memory of your times at MacArthur Field, one of them being a touchdown on your final game at home.
It seems to me that Ty Curry would like to see maybe the ball go downfield for quite a bit of yardage here in the second half. He was able to find targets down the field when given time. Also able to run the ball quite effectively, Michael. But what does Curry need to do to get bigger chunks of play down the field?
Well, very, very quickly stay in the pocket. Wait and let that offensive line block around him, sit in the pocket, and let a receiver get open. When he's had time, like the play early to Thomas Wright, he's able to get the ball down the field, big play, touchdown. When he has that time, he can do well. He also likes to tuck it and run. It's just that decision he has to make in that split second that he has to figure out what he needs to do to get the ball down the field.
No surprise on the defensive side of the ball, leading the tackling brigade, Bo Heiberger.
Bo Heiberger as usual, and you have the rest of the crew, Proctor, Weber, the defensive line playing well, letting those linebackers make plays. You have some defensive backs that are out today with Akina and Roos being out, but the backups have come in and done a great job, causing some turnovers themselves like Ryan Minetti did, getting that pick six. You just hope that the defense can continue to play the same aggression and action in the second half.
Bo Heiberger, number 44, senior day for the middle linebacker. 8 total tackles, 7 of them being solo, 2 of them being tackles for a loss. Probably received the greatest cheer from his teammates as they announced his name before festivities started here today. Bo Heiberger, number 44, an all-time great here at Western Oregon and an all-time great linebacker for this Wolves defense. It will be the Lumberjacks that will get the kickoff here from Saldana.
Adding on to, just real quick on Bo Heiberger, adding on to his tackle numbers that he started from the last game, total of 279 tackles and 151 solo tackles, both records, adding on to those numbers today.
Saldana gets a little airtime on this one, and surprisingly enough, it'll be a touchback. Adrian Saldana has really, really matured as the season's gone on. We've talked about it a couple times, and why wouldn't you? Highlight of his career will be down at Texas A&M Kingsville, a 55-yard field goal that anybody that was in the house said would have been good from far, far, far deeper than 55.
He's got the leg, and he's had the consistency most of the season. Some of the problems they had early on the season were with low snaps. The kicks that he's missed, he's had some blocked based on bad protection. Let's see what the defense can do here in the second half.
Joey Sweeney has pretty much the same look. Bunch wide receivers out to his left. He'll hand it off, and they like to run the football to set up the run. But in that first half, Michael, it was pretty easy for them to play pitch and catch to get first down yardage.
With the defense giving some support for that run, it leaves the flats open, the different places, the spaces in the zone open. And when they've had time, they've been able to get to the receivers they wanted to. But it's only happened a few times.
3.5, 4 yards on first down for Sweeney and the Lumberjack offense, trailing 21-7. Sweeney's going to have time to pass, as a good pocket, and he'll underthrow his receiver. Incomplete pass. 3rd down and 6 for Humboldt State. Penalty flag is on the play.
Yeah, it looks like a flag on the play, holding area. We'll see what happens.
Repeat second down.
Holding on the Lumberjack offense. That's going to make it even 3rd and longer. Tack on 10 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16.
Declining the penalty. Or do you accept the penalty then there, Michael?
I'd accept it. You know, the offense hasn't been consistent today. Make them, more yards for them to try to get a first down. They like to run screens and things like that here, and we'll see if that happens here.
Ryan McCombs, just to the left. On the bottom of your screen, a target of Sweeney. Sweeney looking for him. McCombs was his target from the get-go. The second they put him out in that formation, Joey Sweeney had no intention of going anywhere else but number 35.
And without any quick pressure on him, he's able to just stand in the pocket, pump fake, let his receiver come open and throw it to him over the middle. Almost a first down, or it looks like it is a first down for Humboldt State on that play.
Tyree Marzetta flanking Sweeney on the right side here in this formation. Sweeney's going to go with a little dump underneath and has a good block. Could have been a block in the back. But Garrigan, hot target here for Sweeney this afternoon, picking up his 4th reception.
Yeah, interesting look. He goes real quick to the man in motion as he's running down the line of scrimmage, and you let him use his speed to get to the first down, almost to the first down marker for Humboldt State, setting up a 2nd and about 1 yard.
Back in the day, Michael, in the NFL, this was always like the free play, right? Got 2nd and short, you're right around midfield. You look for a big play here, maybe play action or a deep pass. Sweeney goes right back underneath, and they have found something that really, really, really aggravates Bo Heiberger, which is he basically had to run sideline to sideline. And Gary O'Leary, quite a speedy little target.
Yeah, and as they run the exact same play they did the play before, but just to the opposite side of the field, You're matching Heiberger up with the receiver with a little bit more quickness. Able to get a first down off that play.
And it looks like Western Oregon wasn't able to get their players off the field quick enough, but it looks like the defense is going to call a timeout. Western Oregon going to be charged with his first
There's
timeout.
No foul for an illegal substitution. Prior to that, first charge timeout out of the half, Western Oregon.
Yeah, with that, take a timeout. They're coming out with some motion they're not used to. Give them a chance to regroup, let the defense settle, and figure out who's supposed to be covering that person going in motion.
Maybe very similar to Western Oregon. Humboldt State knows that their skill players have enough speed to probably go up against that linebacking core, and they're trying to take advantage of it in that kind of east to west direction that they're running and dragging those plays out.
It's good for them. Just unfortunate it's taken a half to figure that out.
That happens. Big meeting. Jason Slowey in the red jacket, along with head coach Arn Ferguson, definitely doing the lion's share of the talking there. Just a couple minutes gone here in the first few minutes of the third quarter here on KWVT, our final home telecast of the 2018 season. Marzetta going to go running on the right side, stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 2 or 3 on the play.
And it looks like Tyler Worf able to get some penetration and get a tackle for a loss. Adding up his numbers for tackles for losses this season.
Tyree Marzetta coming off the bottom of that pile after being tackled. A little ginger on the left side of his body. Sidelines calling out a pass play here from Sweeney. Sweeney in the shotgun again, looking downfield, trying to buy a little bit of time. And Sweeney's done that a couple times, Michael, where he kind of tucks it down, holds it, and hopes that he'll get a little separation between the DB and his receiver and throw it over for a small pass.
And it looked like Weber able to sit back there and kind of watch to see if the quarterback was going to run himself. Shadowing him a little bit, able to make a stop there, setting up a third and a very long 12.
Sweeney has shown to be fairly accurate all day on timing passes at 3rd and 12 here. Western Oregon's defense content with giving up 11 yards. Has not shown much pressure on these situations as they show pressure here from inside and outside. And it is out to Garrigan. And Garrigan, very, very polished looking receiver. Number 87 all day has really been the go-to receiver for Joey Sweeney as they move the ball inside Western Oregon's 20-yard line, threatening to score early here on the opening drive of the second half.
And just plenty of time there, no real pressure on him. First down on a big play for Humboldt State. Important for them to be able to score on this drive to get the game close, make it a competitive game for the rest of the second half.
Joey Sweeney, most of the day, has had 3 wide receivers on either side of him. Trips to the right, and Sweeney's looking that way, throws underneath, and very, very fortunate that that wasn't intercepted as well.
Yeah, trying to thread the needle on that one. You had some hands out there. No one able to take it back the other way, but it is an incomplete pass and a second down for Humboldt State.
Kaleo Garrigan, 5 receptions, 71 yards. Very, very potent target for this Lumberjack offense. 4 wide receivers in this second down and 10. They are on the 17-yard line of Western Oregon. And Sweeney's going to pass again. He'll throw underneath the middle. He gets it to Marzetta, and everybody disciplined, staying home. Parnell with the tackle.
Same screen action they run a few times today. Again, yeah, you're right. The Western Oregon defense reading it perfectly, staying in that area, able to get a tackle, setting up a 3rd and 9.
They gave him a yard on the reception. Have to take the ball down to about the 13-yard line to move the chains. Possible 4-down territory for Humboldt State, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Heiberger calling out the play to his defensive teammates. Goes underneath. What a play right there. Michael Brown, that is the beginning of a great
pass.
playmaker right there. Micaiah Lee breaks up that pass. I haven't called his name very many times. But
yeah, and you just see it. He just is able to get his hand in there and punch the ball away, rip the ball away from that receiver, not letting him get control of the ball and get a reception, setting up a 4th and long here and a field goal opportunity for Humboldt State.
Quinn Murdy, freshman kicker. Or is it, apologize guys, I believe it's Jose Morales. Morales' kick from the 16. It is good, and it will bring the score to 21-10. As a 33-yard field goal is good for the Lumberjacks, and they draw with an 11 here early on in the second half. We'll head to a break, and we'll be back for more third quarter action soon on KWVT Channel 17. Well, the local weather forecast today, 72 degrees, 7-mile-per-hour wind, and sunny and clear, and Western Oregon leading 21-10 in a game that surprisingly has been pretty competitive all the way throughout. And Western Oregon finds themselves right now looking for their first possession of the second half. Kick goes away. Anderson in the end zone. He's going to take it. About 2.5 yards deep, running up the right side. Has a little bit of room to run, makes a few people miss. Stays tall and takes the ball out near the 30-yard line. Humboldt State will score the 34-yard field goal on 11 plays in 59 yards. It takes 4 minutes and 24 seconds, giving us our score of 21-10. Michael, I'm excited about this second half. I want Ty Curry to give it to everybody.
There's an injury on the field right now, just so you know.
Injury on the field. Training staff paying attention to it.
Can't quite get a name yet. As you were saying, I apologize.
No, no problem. I'm excited about this, thing for the offense. I just think that they're going to be able to come out. Coming off the field, Anthony Bradley, number 1, shaken up on the plate. I'm excited to see Ty Curry get the ball to as many different receivers as he possibly can. I think that's going to be a hallmark of this team's success when he's leading this team as a senior, that over the next 2.5 and 3 games that they're able to get great chemistry between him and so many of these receivers that now are seeing significant playing time for the first time.
We're going to hope so. Like, they got to step up and start making some plays.
Evander Willingham now in the tight end position. They're looking in his direction. And I will tell you, that little wheel route, Michael, if they get that one again, I think they're going to score a touchdown.
That's unfortunate because it was set up perfectly. You had the receiver a little bit closer than they probably like, just leaving another defender in the area. But it was set up well. It just looks like their timing was off between Willingham and Curry on that play. Second down, Western Oregon.
I think one of the things I like about Willingham in the game is he lines up in several different positions. You don't know exactly where he's going to be getting the ball. Land will get it off the right side. No, it's Curry. And that RPO is dangerous right there, because if they don't get that ball tucked, you could be looking at another turnover deep in your territory.
And Western definitely doesn't need any more momentum for Humboldt State right now. 11-point lead. If they can get some kind of points on this drive, a two-score cushion's nice, but you like it to be bigger. You just never know.
Losing that yard will bring up 3rd and 11. And again, early on in the season, this was a place that this offense struggled mightily. Today, behind Ty Curry, Chris Mack, and a few other players, now an empty backfield, they go underneath the middle to Mack. And I'll tell you, I like the play, Michael, in the sense of the rhythm and the timing of it, but I've never been a fan of trying to throw to get him the room to get to the first down. I always like the throw to be at the marker.
You'd like to. You really would like to, but Ty Curry also has a quicker clock than most quarterbacks, and he's going to want to get the ball out really fast. He does on that play. It is complete, but you're right. It sets up a 4-yard to go for a first down.
Andrew Gross will be kicking away. Lefty gets off a high and towering spiral. Even the crowd, that's going to be a fair catch at the 5-yard line. And I would say mental error from Humboldt State. You let that ball hit, and you're looking at a touchback instead. Now pinned deep in their own territory with a defense that's looking ready to pounce already with points on the board this afternoon.
Good job by the Western Oregon punt team on that, setting the defense up with a good spot to maybe get some points again.
Ty Curry taking charge, taking over for Trey Shimabukuro. Now on the offensive coordination staff. He's actually talking with Ty Curry on the sideline right now. Humboldt State trailing by 11 and making their final trip as a football team here to Monmouth, Oregon today, seeing if they can rally and get a victory. Sweeney running off the left side, got a little bit of a block from Marzetta, maybe a few yards on first down.
Yeah, using that running back as a lead blocker as the quarterback runs up the middle. Heiberger there's able to make a tackle, holding it to about a 5-yard gain for Humboldt State.
Looking at the way the game has unfolded, Joey Sweeney's been able to throw to the outside. He's been able to throw to the inside. Maybe a chance for Curtis Anderson, a good ball hawk himself, maybe to make a play as he scoots up in the formation now. Lots of room to run for Marzetta. Marzetta breaks a tackle, and Marzetta is gone unless Parnell or Anderson can get to him. And it looks like he's going to go 89 yards. And that was fast.
Very, very fast for Humboldt State. Running the same look that they've ran the last couple of plays, just to the opposite side. Just a run right up the middle, and as he gets past that linebacker and uses his speed without some wrap-ups from the defensive backs there, able to get 89 yards down the field for a touchdown. And Humboldt State getting close in this game. With this extra point, will be within 4 points.
Spectacular run from Tyree Marzetta. 89 yards and making tacklers miss. Morales' kick is up, but there is going to be a whistle.
Looks like he's going to have to go back a few yards for this extra point.
I was semi-questioning the field goal. Now I'm not. Humboldt State playing with a lot of pride this afternoon. Not playing like a 1-5 team overall, not playing like a 1-3 team in conference. You know, Western Oregon really trying to build momentum into, next season. Had lost their first 3 games, all of them at home, subsequently went on a 3-game winning streak, only to go to Western Oregon and Ellensburg a week ago, losing 48-10.
Central Washington.
Yep.
Able to
Offside with contact. Defense number 98, half the distance to goal. Try for point.
And with that, with the Central Washington game, homecoming for Central Washington last week, just gives you something more to try to fight against the team. And it's working for Humboldt State today. Again, just going to be within 4 points here with an extra point.
For a clean snap and a Morales kick, it will be a 4-point game. And what started off as a 21-7 start to the third quarter. Humboldt State's gotten the ball twice here inside of the first 7.5 minutes of this quarter and drawn within 4 points. I'm not saying I thought the game was over, but we're going to step away. We've got ourselves a football game here on KWVT Channel 17. Don't go anywhere. Two plays, 93 yards, 49 seconds, and Tyree Marzetta gives us a 21-17 score, but behind an 89-yard touchdown run, making the linebacking core miss and then making 2 defensive backs basically collide at midfield, taking it the distance for the touchdown. Second touchdown on the afternoon for Marzetta, as Western Oregon looking to get some field position. Penalty flag, and more penalty flags everywhere.
Everybody trying to make a play on that one, but yeah, a lot of holds. Many, many different holds on that play just now.
Western Oregon very much in a position where they have given an opponent that they believe on paper that they should beat every opportunity to take control of this game. Now the penalty flags and things starting to mount. Western Oregon's offense needing to sustain a drive, maybe give their defense just a wee bit of a break.
Yeah, it's important. I've been saying it the whole day. You don't want to let a team like Humboldt State think that they can win, and now they know they can. They're in a game right now. Western Oregon has to get a drive, a solid drive getting down the field.
Taking a lot of time to deliberate over what should amount to offsetting
There are
penalties.
2 fouls on the play, both against the receiving team. Holding,
Wishful
number
thinking.
24. That penalty's declined. Holding, number 9. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Wishful thinking that they would offset, but yeah, it was a couple different holds on both sides of the field.
So Western Oregon kind of doing their best to kind of keep themselves in check this afternoon. An untimely penalty here on the kickoff will give poor field position back to the Western Oregon Wolves. Looking to mount any attack offensively. They have not really seen anything but 3 things today. Some tough runs, a couple of big plays receiving, and Ty Curry running the ball himself. Not exactly, I'd say, the variety they're looking for, but maybe on this drive, as they run a very similar set to Humboldt State. Curry comes out in the shotgun. He comes underneath. Referee almost got the worst end of that.
But good job by the tight end just finding places. Excuse me, it looks like Sweet on that. Able to just work his way up the middle, find a spot, and get, Chris Mack.
Mack
6 yards on that play.
Chris Mack.
I'm wondering if I can go over the whole
Prince
roster before I get to who caught that ball.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. That's 6 and 8. It's tough to catch. I got you. Land will come off the right side, and he gets a little bit of a stretch there, and he's able to go out and pick up some more yards. Definitely enough for the first down. And again, kind of liking the whole attitude of the running game today between Land, Jackson, and the senior four-tier who has already scored a touchdown in this game.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line, and Tingstead still in the corner there, able to get a first down, but unfortunately a false start here.
False start.
Back 5 yards.
Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Aaron Turner sat his hand on the ground, Mike, and literally popped right back up. It was not going to.
And I owed Aaron Turner a compliment from the block on the previous play, but unfortunately he is gets his name called for getting that false start on that play.
No one likes their name called. 1st and 15, ball goes back to the 22-yard line. Sloppy start to the second half, unfortunately, for Western Oregon. Ty Curry now seeing some pressure. He wants to run here on first down.
Unfortunate for Western Oregon there. Caleb Tingstead with a pretty big hold on that one. The refs missed. But he runs to the outside, you see, and lets a man miss, able to get another yard off of that play, setting up a 2nd and 11.
4 yards on first down. Will give a second down and 11. Definitely some apprehension inside this offense right now. They've had some glimpses at some easy plays. Trying to be patient with the running game. They give it to Land. Land will get maybe out to the 30-yard line, maybe pick up 3 or 4 yards. But again, putting this offense in the precarious position of not having all of your options available to you, it will be 3rd and long here. And all of the momentum with the Lumberjacks and the visiting team, the team that does not have a football team a month from now, and playing their last game here at Western Oregon, putting up a very stout effort, only trailing by 4, just past the midway point in the 3rd quarter, and Ty Curry in a big 3rd down situation. Curry now fakes right, comes underneath, has a man open, and great tackling from the Lumberjack defense. And there is no breathing room whatsoever there for Marquis Sampson.
Yes, he had a crossing route. You're hoping that when he catches the ball, he'll have some room to get up the field. Unfortunately, great job by the Humboldt State defense swarming and holding him about 4 yards short of that first down. Got to see if Western Oregon can change up the momentum here today in this second half.
Gross, seeing pressure again, gets off a fairly good kick. And I guess it is a fair catch. Called for by Humboldt State and DeJuan Murphy. As they'll get the ball back on their own 20-yard line, and they're trailing by 4 and find themselves in a position for the first time today where they could take the lead.
Or they could take the lead. They haven't done that in a couple of games since they played Simon Fraser and were able to get a win, their lone win of the year. Let's see if they can get another lead in this game. Western Oregon's defense is going to do everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Joey Sweeney has had to throw the ball quite a bit this afternoon. He's not getting a lot per attempt, only 6.7 yards per catch, but 17 of 26 on the afternoon, a touchdown and an interception, and now just 80 yards away from putting his team ahead for the first time this afternoon. Sweeney now in the shotgun and pressure coming from the outside on the Wolves. Marzetta just coming off an 89-yard run. Certainly earned the right to run that ball on first down, only picks up a couple of yards.
And they decided to send an extra defender while they have that same look that they scored an 89-yard touchdown off of. Good job by the defense and making adjustments, holding to a short gain on first down.
I think it's amazing when I just think about momentum in any game of anything that you do. It just kind of comes down to, hey, we've practiced all of this 100 times before. We just got to do what we do best. And Joey Sweeney's managed this game and kept his team in contact, only trailing by 4, and more pressure coming from Heiberger. Heiberger literally has coming out of his shoes. I've not seen him like this. He's literally running from sideline to sideline, seeing if he can get to Marzetta first.
The only thing I can think of is that he just doesn't have a good angle from his middle linebacker position, so he's getting some speed off that side. If they run a play action or anything like that, or have that motion man go over the middle, it could be a big play for Humboldt, with the defender that's supposed to cover that receiver being out of position.
3rd and 3 on a crowd that has somewhat become a little lifeless here because they have been outscored 10-0, is now public address announcer imploring them to get a little bit into this game. And Sweeney, ball is on the ground. It could be a big turnover here. Joey Sweeney feeling the pressure. Ball hits the ground. Wolves take over, and now a chance to extend their lead.
As you see there, he's not holding on the ball very tight, and a good job by somebody knocking the ball away there in that group in the middle in the scrum, and the ball comes out. Western Oregon able to get a turnover and change the momentum. Let's see if they can score something, and from the red zone, starting in the red zone for Western Oregon's offense.
Still really can't get over this. I mean, like, this is 2 home games in 3 weeks. That is 12 combined turnovers for this defense. They are active, they are ferocious, they are quick, and they finish it off with turnovers. Jackson in the game running off the right side, and Jackson's hair has come flying through the scrum multiple times today, but I love the attitude that Nico Jackson runs the football with.
Puts his head down, is trying to knock people over. He's asking people to tackle him just so he can knock him over. You like that action. Reminds me of a young Todd Gurley. I'll just keep naming Rams running backs every week.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is in the slot right in the middle of your television
screen. Could be Seahawks.
It could be a lot worse. Could be the Seahawks. Jackson getting the respect from his teammates, and he literally gets leveled out of bounds.
Just as I said, he asked to get tackled. This time he definitely did get tackled. A great job by the defender as he's getting to the outside, right as he's about to hit that sideline, and bam, underneath him, able to knock him down.
Great work out of the replay.
Adam Herrera, good job at safety for Humboldt State, coming up and making that big stick. Holding it to a very short gain, and it's now 3rd and about 2 yards for Western Oregon.
Wolves will need 2 yards on Humboldt's 12-yard line, take it down to the 10-yard line, and it'd be first down and goal to goal. Obviously well within Adrian Saldana's range with his big leg right now. If they got no more yardage, it would be a 29.
Second charge timeout of the half. Western Oregon.
Western Oregon doesn't like their personnel or what they like on the field, and so they step away and they say, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with an important 3rd down play coming up here. On the previous play, Action Jackson, Nico Jackson getting 2 yards, just enough for the first down. It's first down and goal to goal. Western Oregon knocking on the door, leading 21-17 after Humboldt State coming out and giving some big punches here in the 3rd quarter. Ty Curry running forward. Helmet comes off for Humboldt State defender, number 4, Adam Herrera, after that big hat
Defensive
on Jackson.
player number 4 must leave for 1 down due to loss of helmet.
Adam Herrera, his name called quite a bit, running up the middle as Ty Curry looks like he's going to get stopped for a very short gain, squeezes out of there, able to get another 3 or 4 yards, setting up a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for Western Oregon. And with the spread formation, we'll see if they can run right up the middle here like they like to do sometimes.
Oh, little trickeration. Tingstad's throwing out to Curry. Curry for the touchdown! Wow! The fake reverse. Tingstad to Curry for the 10-yard touchdown, and the Wolves are on top, 27-17.
Great job and great catch there by Ty Curry. They owed Humboldt State one of those plays after they gave up a touchdown to the same look down in Arcata. Now they take it back up to Monmouth, get a touchdown for themselves. Good job, Western Oregon, in their offense.
I like it when Arn Ferguson brings out trickeration. It's just the best part of his football team. He's got the personnel to do it. Saldana's kick is up, and it is good. And how nice did it have to be from the booth when they called that timeout? They're like, oh, we can run it right here, and they won't see it coming.
And it looked like that same action. They're going to run the ball up the middle with Amari Land. I believe, was it Amari in the backfield at that point? And as he goes up the middle, pitches it back, and then you have a pass. Touchdown to Ty Curry. Ty Curry on the ground, in the air, catching it, does everything for this team this year. Good job for him, and an awesome touchdown for him.
Here, there, and everywhere, Ty Curry scoring 6 points on the touchdown pass from Caleb Tingstad. We've been asking if the guy would catch the ball more. Well, now we know he can throw the ball a little bit.
His younger brother, the quarterback at Humboldt State, showing off both of them. They all have an arm. Very, very talented family.
I mean, really amazing. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a nostalgic guy by nature, but I mean, Fortier and Tingstad are having a couple of plays here you're never going to forget. Your last college football game in front of your friends and your family at the place that you've been playing your heart out for the last 3, 4, 5 seasons in some cases, like Ron Rose on the offensive line. What great memories for Western Oregon. Saldana kicking it into the end zone, and I believe that'll be his 4th touchback of the afternoon.
Mr. Touchback, always consistent. And good job for Western Oregon making this a 2-score game. And now you want to see if the defense, who's made some adjustments after that big, long run for Humboldt State, can they come out, maybe get another turnover or 3-and-out real quick and let the offense score again. Got to take advantage of this nice weather. Last year, every game was rainy and cold. This year, everything's nice and awesome. Let's get some W's.
W's. Obviously, here 3 weeks ago, we get the victory against Simon Fraser. Still a lot of action and an untold story as Sweeney will go to the pitch out to Marzetta, and Marzetta is going to be drug out of bounds.
Yeah, just running that quick option look down the line of scrimmage, but great job by the defenders coming up, not giving him anywhere to go, holding it to a very short gain, and it looks like we're going to have about 2nd and 9 yards for Humboldt State.
Andrew Weber, definitely going to be somebody that we'll be talking about a lot in the 2019 football season. Latest stats entering the room, that was a 5-play 20-yard drive that resulted in the Curry reception. Reception going to Humboldt State, going underneath. Colby Stevens will get the reception, but it'll bring up 3rd and 4 here for Humboldt State. And they now know that they're going to have to match points for points to stay in this game.
Yeah, they like to go in this bunch formation and let the receivers kind of run a bunch of different routes down the field over the middle. And it's going to be left up to the linebackers to make good, solid tackles and have some coverage on these receivers on those sort of plays. Right now, a little bit different, going the other way on the field.
Crowd now showing a little bit more enthusiasm on this 3rd and 4. Pressure coming from the right, and it is underthrown. McCombs was the intended target.
And running that quick pass out there, Derek Parnell on the coverage, able to get in there, and if the ball could have been complete, he was Johnny on the spot ready to do something there. Bad pass, 4th down for Humboldt State, setting up a punt. We'll see if Ryan Reynolds can make a decent return off of this.
Reynolds just kind of looking to get loose always, the Energizer bunny of the special teams. Low kick. This was a Paul Revis special, fielding it like that, and now making one player miss, turns it upfield, and taking it out to midfield. Reynolds and his energy infectious to his teammates, and Western Oregon now knows with 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter that they have a chance to really put a healthy distance between themselves and the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, big drive here for the Humboldt State defense. If they can get a stop here and keep this a competitive game, Western Oregon is going to come out and look to build on the momentum they got off that last touchdown. See if they can either run it down the field or let Ty Curry make some plays.
After the play, personal foul, hands to the face, receiving team number 22, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And as we have a penalty, Isaiah Abraham.
Yep.
Ball's going to be coming back. Less desirable field position, but still good field position for Western Oregon on this drive, which will probably have one play and take us into the fourth quarter. This last fourth quarter at MacArthur Field.
The 2018 season went by in a breeze. 3 opening weekend games here in September. To have a game in late September, and now our final game here today on October 20th. Land will get it off the right side. He makes the first defender miss, and he runs it out 12 yards, and Amari Land lets everybody know, if I put my foot down, I can go.
LaJohn Enos Carter with a block down the field, springing him open for a few more yards. Good job on that.
One of my favorite sounds in all of college football, the home team saying, and yet another Western Oregon University first down. Ball near midfield, now 5 seconds, 4-3. The last play of the third quarter, Curry's going to take it on his own, but now looking downfield, sets his feet, has a man open, and underthrows his target.
Which will take us to the break, I believe.
Thomas Wright wide open, but it's 28-17 at the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter action coming up next here on KWVT, Channel 17. Well, 15 minutes remain in senior day. 15 minutes remain on the final home game of this season for Western Oregon. And 15 minutes remain in a very, very good rivalry between Humboldt State and Western Oregon. Ty Curry, second down and 10 on his own 47-yard line. Gives the ball to Land, but no, keeps it himself, turns it upfield, and gets nearly first down yardage. Ty Curry loves, and I mean loves, to order his own number.
Running Nevada's pistol there and able to give him some space as he fakes the handoff there, and then it gets to the outside. Able to pick up a good chunk on that one, setting up a third and very short for Western Oregon. See if they can get a first down here and keep this drive going and the momentum going.
Be a nice play where you'd love to just see be able to hand the ball to Land and go straight up there, but don't be at all again surprised if number 14 just goes off the right side himself. But they're going to pass, and they see something. Man over the top, wide open, and dropped in. Beautiful pass right into LaJohn Ennis Carter's hands, taking the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Plenty of time for Ty Curry. He knew where he was going the whole time. And Ennis Carter, thank you. Ennis Carter able to have separation the whole way, and he had him outran. He knew he had him outran and was just lining up the ball, able to bring it in. Big, huge first down for Western Oregon.
Do you know who's on offense right now, Michael Brown?
I'm just more upset I forgot his name because I've known it all season, and this time I just happened to
do you know who's in the offensive backfield? Do you know who's playing running back right now?
Oh, looks like Bo Heiberger out there on running back.
Here we go. Heiberger on senior day going off the left-hand side, and I will not be at all surprised if the intent is to bring this crowd absolutely to a crescendo. I expect that they will hand him the ball until he gets in the end zone.
Yeah, I hope so. It's a senior. Heart and soul of the defense and probably the team. And I'm going to guess he probably played running back in high school.
Kind of reminds me of a number 44 that we played with long, long ago.
It very much does.
That, my friends, is a train wreck waiting to happen right there. Number 44 Bo Heiberger now in for his second consecutive offensive play, running for a few yards. He'll get it again, running up the middle. He's going to get through down to about the 1.
They didn't give him that forward progress, though, unfortunately. It looked like he did squeeze up to the 1, but it looks like it's going to be from the 3-yard line. And the defense knows that they want to give him the ball and let him score, so they're keying right up the middle and having, it looks like 8 guys right up the middle there. They could run a play-action pass here.
I was going to say, it was going to be a direct snap to Heiberger. I mean, like, this is a surprise. I'm excited. Absolute goal line formation. Heiberger gets it, and Heiberger stomped out at about the 3-yard line again. Saldana is going to come into the game. And I'll tell you what makes this really interesting. I like the sentiment, Mike, but Saldana makes it. It's a true 2-score game. If he doesn't make it, it's still a 2-score game.
True. So, I mean, what, you'd want him to go for it right here?
I don't know. I mean, that's tough. I mean, you know, it's Saldana is tried and true.
I take the points and make it a true two-possession game right now.
That's what's what's happening. That's what we're seeing. Saldana's kick, it is up. There's plenty of leg behind it, and the indication it is good.
Whoa, a lot of penalties on that
21-yard field goal, good, but before we tell you anything, we've got to wait and find out what's going on with all the penalties.
Lots of laundry.
Saldana and the offense is pointing directly at Humboldt State.
I didn't see, did they hit Saldana on that play? Kind of got muddled up there in the crowd.
Small meeting of the minds between all of the zebras migrating to the middle of the field, none of them picking up any of their dirty laundry. Well, it's going to be whether to accept or to decline the penalty.
This is interesting. It's taking quite a while here. On that note,
the field goal is good. There are 2 fouls, both against the receiving team. Offsides, number 1, that penalty's declined. After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 7. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Curtis Williams assessed the penalty that is going to be put on the kickoff. Saldana, for the second time today, looks like he's going to be kicking from the 50.
And a lot of commotion and penalties and everything else there, but pretty much all for naught.
Pretty spectacular day here. I mean, it really is fall here in Oregon. It has been sun-drenched from the moment we got here, coming down through the valley, a little bit of fog. But MacArthur Field in Monmouth, Oregon on resplendent display here in early fall on October 20th, 2018, a final home game here on the docket for Western Oregon as they will finish their season on the road. Just as they started 3 games in a row at home, it'll be 3 games in a row on the road. Saldana kicks it somewhere near Woodburn. Out of the end zone, and it will be a touchback for Saldana.
I hope they have insurance on the play clock. He just heard it.
Yeah, I did. He took it right off the play clock.
As we have a brief moment here, it looks like I just want to say happy birthday to my mom. It's in a couple of days. If you're watching right now, happy birthday.
Oh, Michael Brown, you're a good son. You're a good son.
Amazing son.
Sorry, amazing son. Paula, happy birthday.
You could put anything out there. I'm going to say I'm amazing at it, so that's how it's going to go every single time.
Understood, as it should be.
Poet.
Didn't even know it.
Author. Scientist. I'm sure I'm great at everything.
12 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. It's a 2-touchdown game, 31-17. And Sweeney getting away from a couple of defenders, taking it back maybe for a short loss.
Reminded me of that Tom Brady tackle that didn't happen last week. It looked like he had him wrapped up, but he let him go. Able to get a very short gain off of that after the first contact.
I'm sure there was some substance on his jersey that he wasn't supposed to be.
Greatness?
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure they'll find a way to turn it into some sort of gate. 11 and a half minutes remaining. Sweeney, bunch wide receivers at the bottom of your television screen. He's looking in that direction and now going over the middle bobbled pass, but very well looked in by Colby Stevens, the sure-handed receiver, getting first down yardage and moving the ball down the field.
And Joey Sinclair with some great coverage on that one, but a perfect pass just right into where it needed to be, leading his receiver. And another first down for Humboldt State, who's found some really good success in the second half on that bunch formation.
Able to run several different plays from it, whether it be screens or passes over the middle. Now Western Oregon making their adjustments. Great pass out again to Garrigan, and he is having himself one heck of an afternoon. Joey Sweeney, and great form being shown by number 87, Kaleo Garrigan.
And he has a pocket form in front of him. He sits there, waits, waiting for his receiver to come open, finds him. Same look as the last play. Works again, another first down the field for Humboldt State. Trying not to let this game get away from them with 10.5 left. Fourth quarter.
Yeah, Lumberjacks now, Lumberjacks coming right into Western Oregon's territory. Ball on the 33-yard line, looking to get a quick score and hold on to their timeouts. Pass going up over the top, and Garrigan wide open for the 33-yard touchdown. And my friends, everybody, do not get up from your seat. Do not go anywhere. This is a full-blown shootout this afternoon. Sweeney with a sweet touchdown.
Yeah, as a defensive end tries to come to the inside, it lets the quarterback roll to the outside. He has enough time. His receiver's wide open down the field, sees him, throws it down the field. Touchdown, Humboldt State. And an extra point away from getting within a touchdown. 7 points.
Second interaction today where the teams have scored within seconds of each other. And it seems on almost every point after attempt today, there's been something nefarious on the field, or some sort of activities that are not supposed to be partaken in. There is more penalties, I think, on these special teams kicks than anything else throughout the day.
I'm waiting to see what it is.
Offside with contact. Defense number 95,
Again.
half the distance to the goal. Repeat the
Second time we've seen that one today. Defensive line has to stay a little bit more disciplined and not jump across the line on an extra point.
Skylan O'Brien, I think a name that we'll be hearing in the future.
It looked like there could have possibly been another one, but the refs didn't call that one and let the extra point go.
Stay tuned for the rest of all of the action coming up here in the fourth quarter on KWVT Channel 17. All right, just enough time to replenish your popcorn, your beverage of choice. It is a 31-24 game this afternoon. Western Oregon's threatened to go away and hide several times today, but has not been able to, and they find themselves in a very interesting battle for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, the offense just needs to work its way down the field, work some clock, which in the couple of games that we've seen this year, they haven't done that. They still wanted to pass the ball, so we'll see how that goes. Most important is when the defense comes back out, they need a defensive pass rush. Quarterback's had way too much time in the last two drives to sit back, work his way down the field. We'll see if these adjustments can be made, change this game up at the end here. But a Western touchdown right now on offense, it'll alleviate a lot of those problems.
That it will.
At least make them not so pressing.
Curry to Jackson. Jackson looking and very deliberate, running behind his blockers.
As you see them just running right up the middle, you're going to hope that this happens a lot more this drive. Working the clock, you can take off 20, 30 seconds of play. Getting 5 yards, 6 yards, positive plays from Jackson, Fortier, and Amari Land as this game goes along. Even Ty Curry running some bootleg looks and things like that.
5 yards on first down, a good sign. Jackson again met immediately in the line of scrimmage and taken down. Moses Finau
making another play. He's made quite a few good plays tonight. A nice solid tackle at the line of scrimmage, holding Nico Jackson just a very short gain, setting up very important. We haven't had very many important ones, but a very important third down here early in the fourth quarter.
3rd and 4 for Western Oregon. Need to get the ball out to the 35-yard line. Curry's going to look to do it himself. Curry is going to be, depending upon how they mark it, very close or not quite there.
It looks like he got a favorable spot and a first down on that play as he gets that little spin right when he's going down, able to spring him for that extra yard he needed, maybe even extra 6 inches, it looks like. But it gets him a first down, and a good job by Western Oregon's offense after that score from Humboldt State, keeping this drive going.
Humboldt State, important to note, all 3 of their timeouts remaining here as we approach 8.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Quick pitch out to Jackson. Jackson turning it upfield, and you've got to try to instruct him right now. Keep the ball in bounds.
Let's go, Amari.
Yeah, as they run that pitch, and he's trying to use his speed as he gets to the outside. A lot of the pressure coming from the backside, but the defense strings it along the line of scrimmage, pushing him out of bounds, holding him to a very short gain there of about 2 yards. It'll be about 2nd and 8.
Marquis Sampson, number 5, seeing some action here in the second half. Wide receiver wearing number 5. Also Thomas Wright out on the field. Thomas Wright already a big 45-yard touchdown. Maybe another opportunity here late here in the fourth quarter. 3 wide receivers out to Curry's left. Land in the backfield, and Curry will be passing. Curry running himself, and he's going to get hit out of bounds, and this is a bad hit. You hope that Curry's okay right now.
You see him going around, looking down the field, and as he realizes he can't, he tucks the ball, runs to the sideline, and then clipped. Yeah, hit very, very low, right on the sideline.
Curry fine walking around a little bit gingerly, but that was the type of play that does get somebody hurt. Curry trying to walk it off himself now, back at the 30-yard line. And again, content as they sort out what the penalty is going to be, most likely a late hit out of bounds. It'll give some extra time to Ty Curry and the coaching staff and trainers to take a look at him.
And depending on the spot as well, we're trying to see if this is a first down on that play as well.
Against the defense. It was after the play. Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense number 17. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 7. His first of the game. Both 15-yard penalties will be enforced at the end of the run. First down.
Which is huge, a 30-yard penalty.
Wow. I mean, you could just tell. I mean, it seemed so late. And the reaction of the sideline of Western Oregon kind of told you how late the hit was.
Late and low. Like, he got him very, very, very low on that play. And, yeah, you don't want to see anybody get hurt unnecessarily, and you try to get those type of plays out of the game. I'm all for big hits. We've seen some
all right, here we go.
Very clean big hits as this game's gone along, and it's been fine. But, yeah, you don't want to do that.
That'll take the ball all the way to the 26-yard line, and Curry, upright and well, has got plenty of time to throw. He has the outlet receiver there, and very lucky, Michael, now more penalty flags. He gets that ball to Land a second earlier. Land can turn around and probably walk into the end zone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He had plenty of time back there looking down the field, and he's just missing the receivers as they're breaking their routes open. Sees Amari at the last second, throws it out there, but we do have a couple of penalties on the field. I think 2 separate penalties, so we'll see what happens here. Saw a helmet off the field, off somebody's head on the field, so it could be a face mask or anything else that's crazy.
Offensive line pointing at Humboldt State. It'll give us a time for Michael and I to give special thanks to everybody, whether you're in the truck, whether you're up above, whether you are down on the field, whether you are volunteering.
Personal foul, continued participation without his helmet. Defense number 96. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's 45 yards in penalties on back-to-back plays, but to finish that thought, to everyone here.
That'll be half the distance to the goal, first down.
At KWVT and everybody at Western Oregon University, a giant shout out and thank you to everybody for a spectacular season. Obviously, more references to that as we get closer to the end of the game, but wanted to take that time to thank everybody for everything that you do for this broadcast and having the opportunity to bring you these games live. Ty Curry now, first down and 10 on the 11-yard line in the red zone, trying to put this game away. But he can't. Curry's pass knocked down.
And as they go for a very quick pass again, hands up on the defensive line, able to knock the ball down on a slant route, setting up a second down, stopping that clock as well with 7.5. We're in Saldana's field goal range now, so you figure they should be able to get 3 points on this and make it a two-possession game again. But we'll see how this drive finishes off with Tingsted coming off the field right now and going with a more wide-open offense.
Maybe a jump ball situation, one of my favorite plays at any time when you have the type of disparity you have between defense and offense. Look for Thomas Wright potentially in the bottom of your screen, but they run him over the middle and he is open. Yeah, Thomas Wright, number 11. Beautiful score right there. Big play receiver, also showing he can catch it in traffic.
And as Ty's waiting, finding somebody and sees him open right in the middle. He had a couple of receivers he could have chosen on that play, but a great connection from Ty Curry. It's Thomas Wright, we haven't seen in a few weeks. Touchdown, Western Oregon, taking it to a 2-touchdown lead very shortly.
Saldana's kick goes up. It will match the 38 points that Western Oregon scored a month ago down in California. And Saldana imploring, let's get this kick up and good. Wants to add more to his illustrious career by adding this point after attempt. Number 37, Adrian Saldana, a special teams player here playing his final game in front of his home crowd at MacArthur Field. Clean snap, Saldana's kick is up, plenty O-leg, and they are going to call it good, and Western Oregon leading 38-24. We'll be back. Stay tuned for all the action here on KWVT, Channel 17. It took approximately 2 minutes and 51 seconds. It took 8 plays. It was 75 yards, and it's capped off by an 11-yard touchdown pass to Thomas Wright, his second touchdown of the afternoon from Ty Curry. Ty Curry, an extremely effective.
That's got to be a hold.
Okay. Michael catching a hold there on the kickoff. Ty Curry having one of those days they've been wanting him to have all season long. 13 of 18, 183 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Only really tough play for him during that was in the first half when he fumbled the ball away.
Which wasn't totally his fault anyway. He just had a lot of pressure on him real quick, trying to make a play to get to avoid a loss, but unfortunately wasn't able to do that on that fumble. And yeah, a hold, it's taking it down. I couldn't see what it was, but for Western Oregon, the first man down the field probably should have been able to make a play, but got yanked from behind.
Ryan Mininetti with a big pick six earlier on in this game. The defense, again, becoming the hallmark of the 2018 squad, getting a big interception return in the first half. A couple other opportunities for this defense to show up, and now can they cap it off today as Joey Sweeney will come out trailing by 14. Has already brought this team within 4 earlier this afternoon. Big pressure coming for Sweeney. Sweeney not feeling it from the backside. Low tackle coming in. Andrew Weber never left Joey Sweeney's sight.
As you see, Sweeney avoids the initial rush and just trying to look down the field and see if anybody comes open, but nothing for him. And Weber able to make that tackle.
Loss of 2 on the play. Western Oregon pinning its ears back right now, and they are led again. Been talking about him throughout the entire day. Bo Heiberger even having some opportunities on the offensive side of the ball early here in the fourth quarter to get a score. Now pressure being shown by Western Oregon as they know Sweeney has to pass. And they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
It looks like Bo Heiberg able to get a hand on it. That's what he was trying to tell the ref. I touched it. There's no pass interference. I deflected the ball.
Very good. 3rd down and 12 on their own 10-yard line. 6 minutes and 28
He was just trying to let the ref know that it just wasn't a catch. He wasn't never near that ball.
Communication. There you go. That's all it is. Communication. Ball just inside the 10-yard line for the Lumberjacks, trailing by 14. Pressure coming from the line. Sweeney does have time to throw, gets it open. And all day long, if Joey Sweeney's needed it, Kaleo Garrigan is his man.
And plenty of time for him to sit back there, wait for the zone to find a hole in that zone, and it looks like the defensive back able to come up, but just a little too late, and a first down for Humboldt State. Trying to see if they can come up with something special in this last 6 minutes of the game.
At last check, Kaleo Garrigan now 8 receptions for over 145 yards. Colby Stevens, another first down, as Joey Sweeney and this Humboldt State offense is raring to go.
Sees a wide open receiver, finds him. Receiver goes up to catch the ball, tackled by a bunch of Western Oregon defenders, but after the first down happened, another first down for Humboldt State.
Sweeney, 22 of 33. That's not too bad on the afternoon. Now up to 269 yards passing on the day. Sweeney will go underneath, and almost, Proctor gets his hands on the ball, and Heiberger was very excited about the prospect of actually maybe getting his own pick six.
I think Heiberger was expecting just to block there. And with the ball going over, tip drill, but unfortunately, just an incomplete pass for the Western Oregon defense. And another chance for Humboldt State to try to work its way down the field here. It's 2nd and 10.
Does stop the clock. Humboldt State still nursing and hanging on to all 3 of their timeouts, and they are going to become vitally important here in the remainder of this football game. Sweeney in trouble. He'll go down. Penalty flags on the play.
And as that pocket collapsed, it looks like there was a hold on the the offensive line and a sack, so we might see this one be declined.
Definitely the game, rhythm-wise, I feel has been marred by the amount of penalties in the game. Yeah, marred might be a little bit strong. It's affected how, the game's being played a little bit.
But you do have 2 young teams, a team that lost a lot of players with Humboldt State, a team that's 2 teams that haven't been consistent the whole entire season, unfortunately.
Holding, offense number 77, penalties declined, 3rd down.
And you take that sack, let the defensive players pad their stats, and enjoy a big loss on that play. 3rd and about 20-21. To see if Humboldt State, who has moved the ball well today, if they can get a first down.
Jackson McCullough with the holding penalty. It's 3rd and 20. Very important time for both the offense and the defense. And there is the interception. And it may be a second pick six today for Western Oregon's.
They threw a flag on the return.
Is it Mininity again?
It was Mininity, I believe, that caught the ball.
You kidding me?
And he has plenty of time.
I mean, look, I guess if you play Dominic Akina's position, the ball comes your way.
It allows the offense to do it, but they did call a
after the interception. Holding, intercepting team number 93. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It'll be Western Oregon's ball, first down.
Mininity almost gets his second pick six of the game, but it is taken away on the holding penalty. So Ty Curry and the Wolves offense will come out and hopefully be able to put together one of those awesome 4-minute drives that you just dream about.
Get it down to the 1-yard line, and then put, we'll say, Heiberger at running back and Isaiah Molden at fullback, and then run some option off of that for these seniors on their last game of the season.
It could be a lot of fun. Just take care of the football if you're the Wolves. Take care of the football, right?
For sure.
Amari Land, oh wow. Land, and this is gonna, Mike, I think this is a very good call. So Land gets the handoff, and then Ty Curry is basically dropped to the ground by Moses Finau, just pushing him after the handoff. I think he's going to be roughing the passer.
I'm waiting to see what happens here on this call.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 96. Half the distance of the goal. Automatic first.
Interesting. I mean, I'm not going to say
9-6.
that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it was Finau that pushed Curry after he had handed the ball off, but maybe there was something else on the interior. But
it's interesting how the rules change over time, because when I was younger, if they're running an option look, you always hit the quarterback every single time just to make sure they know. But today, if he's definitely not in the play and it looks like he's out of the play, you can't hit somebody that's defenseless.
Well, that'll move the ball all the way down to the 13-yard line, and the score will be just as effective here potentially as a 4-minute drive. Curry dumps the handoff, but it'll go over the middle. Marquise Sampson. Looks like Marquise Sampson for the score, number 5.
Ty Curry with plenty of time. Great job by the offensive line, Ron Rose and the rest of them. And finding a receiver jumping up in the middle. Great catch, Marquise Sampson. And it looks like another touchdown and a 3-score lead for Western Oregon. And just 4.5 minutes away from victory
just
for Western Oregon.
Complete wealth of riches when it comes to receivers. Reynolds, Sampson, Prince, Wright, Bradley, Mack. Ty Curry is going to have some kind of offensive season when it's all said and done this season. But just think about it. Not a player I mentioned in that grouping will not be returning here next season.
Along with Nico Jackson, Mario Land at running back. Most of the players that were on the field just now for that play, if not all of them, except for one offensive lineman, will be back next season. Continuing on the success and building that this team has done this year. It's really awesome.
I mean, the attrition's going to happen that you're going to lose, like you said, Saldana, you're going to lose Heiberger, you're going to lose Rose, and you're going to lose Fortier. But when it comes to skill position on the offensive side of the ball, and when it comes to the specialty players on the defensive side of the ball, when this team is going to be healthy a year from now, you expect them to be a formidable opponent for anybody in this conference or anybody they have to play in a non-conference game.
And looking forward to next week, just as the season is still going along, get a great matchup the second time around with the Azusa Pacific, a team they played close earlier this season, but the mistakes hurt themselves. They eliminated their own chances to win the game. We'd like to see what happens next week when they head down to California and see if they can take on the Azusa Pacific, especially making next season look even better if they can get a win there.
45-24 in a game that honestly about 10 minutes into the third quarter was really anybody's football game, as Western Oregon came into the third quarter leading 21-7, only to give up 10 unanswered points, but have found a way to score 24 points since then.
And you see the returner coming out deep in the end zone. It's getting towards the end of the game. He's trying to make a play. And a great job by the Western Oregon special teams again, able to hold them to just a 20-yard gain, not quite making it to the 20-yard line. Let's see if I can say 20 one more time.
20 one more time. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. First down and 10 on the 19-yard line for a very, what I consider honorable and tough effort given by this Humboldt State Lumberjack team. A season that has to feel very odd for anybody playing it when they know that their football program is almost done. Pass is tipped and almost intercepted. Would have added a little insult to injury on that play.
Yeah, same look off that play they like to run where they're going to the tight end, but he stops, turns around, and gonna throw it to a screen, but the defense read it perfectly. Got a hand up, almost an interception, but a 2nd and 10 for Humboldt State here.
Sweeney and the Humboldt State offense has had to operate from this part of the field quite a bit today. They've obviously used the screen and some of their big play receivers over the middle, especially Kaylee O'Garrigan. It'll be a run off the left side, and again, not a lot of time to be wondering what you should or shouldn't be doing. Need to get back to the line of scrimmage and get play calls out quickly.
And with a 3-score game with 4 minutes left, I think they're being a little reasonable and realizing that the chances of them coming back are pretty slim. You hope maybe a play like that'll spring open a 90-yard run like they had earlier in the game. If not, it looks like they got about 4 minutes left to just try to make it look respectable.
Well, I'm actually quite impressed with the Lumberjacks today, traveling on the road their last time here in Monmouth, Oregon. Again, getting that opening kickoff in the second half and converting it into points was very important as they were able to draw within 4. Great interior line play once again from Western Oregon and its defense. It is enough for first down yardage, though, for the Lumberjacks. Sweeney now trying to go the lob pass over the top. Colby Stevens was going to be the target, but Curtis Anderson read that from a mile away.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to beat the speed of Curtis Anderson going man-to-man down the field. Unfortunately for Curtis, he didn't read it fast enough to try to get down the field and make an interception. The very overthrown pass from Humboldt State on that play.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sweeney definitely has the arm strength. A couple of times, though, he's definitely let the cannon loose.
Showing it off.
Yeah, that's what he got it for. Got to say something about the attitude about every defender on Western Oregon's team. They like to hit.
Yeah, he puts his head down, ready to make a play, trying to knock the ball away. Smart, timed it up perfectly. Wasn't there early, didn't get penalized. Great defense. Textbook defense.
Sinclair breaks up the pass that was intended for Martzetta. Martzetta definitely a dual threat running and catching, but mostly running the ball today, as number 23 did go large for an 89-yard scamper in the third quarter. Sweeney's going to go back up top again. And a bad missed tackle. And Humboldt State not going anywhere yet, taking the ball inside the 10-yard line.
There is a penalty on the play, so we'll see what happens. There was a penalty at the line of scrimmage.
That's not a big surprise. I'm now about ready to go and take a look at how many penalties
Holding,
happened.
offense number 78, 10-yard penalty, repeat third down.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Humboldt State. A great individual play, breaking a tackle and working his way down the field. But unfortunately for the team, it's been like this all day for them. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and it keeps going like that. That dance party they've been doing all day. And we're gonna get a second and very long. 20 to go for Humboldt State.
3 minutes.
And
now.
I'll correct myself. It's third down.
It's third down. 20 yards. Now under 3 minutes remaining in a 3-score football game.
Is correcting yourself admitting you're wrong at the same time?
That's a philosophical question. I'll leave you all to ponder that on your drive home eventually.
Great job by the defense swarming again and getting a big tackle on that play, a sack from the defense.
So they are going to bring in Jose Morales one more time. Jose Morales will have to kick from his goal line. Dangerous position to put Ryan Reynolds sitting directly on the O and on the nose of the Wolf, right in the middle of your television screen. And he is going to pounce on an opportunity to run this back. He fair catches it. And it looks like he's able to recover, or Western Oregon is able to recover, but a dangerous position to have to put Ryan Reynolds in. Got to catch that and cover it up. 2 minutes, 1 minute and 59 seconds to be perfectly honest. I'll take a brief second to say hello to someone today. Dad, if you're listening, I love you. Thanks for supporting and encouraging me to do exactly what it is I love to do. Can't wait to call you on the ride home. Love you. 1 minute and 59 seconds remaining in a home season. Michael Brown, that we saw 3 straight sort of lackluster and lethargic efforts from this Western Oregon team, only to see them win 3 games on the road, and then, 2 games on the road, and then come home and get that win against Simon Fraser. But it looks like they're going to end their season at home 2-3 And on senior day and on a day that this rivalry ends, it'd be a good day to be a Western Oregon Wolf, currently or in the past.
It really is, and the future looks amazingly bright. A lot of great young players. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun for the next few years. And you like the way these guys have come out. The losses they've had against very good opponents, Central Washington, who's been a top 25 ranked team all season, and the rest of the games they've been competitive. You just hope they can get better by next year to compete with Central Washington.
Ty Curry taken out of the game. A great game for the junior quarterback today. And they are going to bring in Ryan Worthley, number 10, to play out the string. Fortier in the game, and they've got Worthley going over the top. He didn't waste any time. He was ready to go.
And with a minute left, that's an interesting choice, but you get some players that haven't played before, and they want to throw it down the field too. They've been practice dummies all season. You see him, he's got safety help above. Great job by the defender, still playing until the end of the game.
Ryan Worthley trying to basically take the cap off and see if he could go high snap. Fortier gets it, he'll plant, he cuts back, makes a couple of defenders miss. And you're going to miss Devin Fortier, a player that gave everything he had, and a great run here today to cap off a senior day.
Up the middle on the track star, you'll see him later on this season for Western Oregon. Running track, if you miss him between here and then, you'll be able to see him in about 4 or 5 months.
Fortier will get the ball one more time. It'll be first down yardage, and it will basically take one more snap of the football with Jackson coming into the game, and it could be everybody's favorite formation or my favorite formation, or no play will be called, and it is the victory formation.
It looks like there's a 9-second difference on the play clock. That should be the end of the game.
In a game that kind of had some back and forth all the way through, midway through the third quarter, Western Oregon is going to get a victory today, 45-24, to end their home season 2-3, winning their last two against Simon Fraser and Humboldt State. A sad ending, but also an understandable ending. Humboldt State and Western Oregon's rivalry now officially over, and Western Oregon getting a victory here at MacArthur Field today. It's Ty Curry behind a bevy of his receivers getting big plays today. Again, timely defensive plays coming from players that are not playing the biggest minutes. But Michael Brown, what a spectacular season, and I guess it really is a glimpse of what the future holds.
From where we started at the beginning of the year with way more questions than we could have imagined, to now where we see how the team is developing, future is exciting and bright. Look forward to games here next year. And a very fun and heartfelt season on behalf of Ken Louis-Tag, our director, and everybody here. Like I said, thank you for all that you do. And to every football fan out there, and in honor of my favorite broadcaster of all time, football fans, wherever you may be, good night, everybody. Have a great day and be well.